Yo, what's good, y'all? Welcome this week's episode of Talks with TVBOO. Welcome this week's episode of the podcast. Hope you're all having a great week, and I appreciate y'all being here, man. We got a super fun episode for y'all today. Before I introduce this guest, I just want to tell y'all about some upcoming tour dates I have. February the 15th, I'll be in Detroit, Michigan, supporting my good friend Liquid Stranger. Following the next week, I got the last two stops, the Daisy Dukes and Cowboy Boots tour. February the 21st, I'll be in Seattle, Washington. February the 22nd, I'll be in Portland, Oregon. And then we just announced some new shows today, actually. March the 20th, I'll be in Fort Collins, Colorado. And then March the 21st, I'll be in Frisco, Colorado. Following the next week, March the 28th, I'll be in Dallas, Texas. And then March the 29th, I'll be in Houston, Texas. You can get all those tickets at TVBOOmusic.com. I can't wait to get back on the road, y'all. When I tell you I got some fucking heat, I've been writing some really great tunes. I mean it, and I can't wait to party with y'all. But enough with all that. My guest this week is a little different from the guests that we normally do on this show. He's a stand-up comedian out here in Denver, Colorado. He is the commissioner and host of the Denver Roast Battle. And I can tell y'all this, man. I've gone to a couple roast battles. I've been a part of them, and they are the most fun comedy show out there. And if you're in the Denver area, I highly recommend checking out their comedy show every Friday at the Comedy Underground. But I'm going to let it get into it. Ladies and gentlemen, Austin Langley.
Come here, girl, is that ass fat? Let me take my tongue and go down your dirt track. I met a girl and her booty tastes like strawberries. I swear to God, this could be the one that I marry. Hey, hey, and she's so different. I made that from behind. I met a girl and her booty tastes like strawberries.
All right, dude. And we're here.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, I was like, we're going too deep into conversation. We got to fucking roll it
I'm
up,
definitely
dude.
curious.
Yeah. Yeah, we were talking about New Orleans. If crawfish competitions.
Crawfish competition. That's tight. But I am curious if, like, the farmer has any cool shit to say about it. Like, he's like, those are my fucking crawdads.
Oh, that's my crawdad right there, they eating. Oh, they eating that crawdad on there.
Yeah, I swear, man, Brett's been cooking my crawdads for years.
Yeah.
Because it's just the cook that gets the rep?
Yeah, it gets the award. I'm sure. I mean, but yeah, you get a trophy or whatever. But like, if you're the farmer, you're getting the money. Yeah. And we're talking about crawfish competitions, y'all.
I'm curious. I want to, like, that should be on ESPN, dude.
Dude, honestly,
Fucking crawdadding.
Kyle, can you look up the weirdest sports they have on that they show on ESPN?
Cornhole's the one that gets the bad rep, but cornhole's fucking fun.
Cornhole's a blast.
Yeah,
it's a drinking game.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, like, I've watched darts for fucking hours and been like, how the fuck are you throwing 320s in a row?
It is interesting, like a drinking. There's a tray right here if you want to use it. He's smoking this Top Shelf weed. Shout out Top Shelf, man. Thank you for sponsoring the podcast.
I knew you didn't smoke it, you goddamn redneck.
No, I don't smoke it.
I did. I typed in weird sports on ESPN, and honestly, some of them sound fucking sick. I'd watch them. But probably the weirdest one is cherry pit spitting.
Oh, I could be.
What the fuck is that? Is that where you're spitting cherries?
Yeah, you eat a cherry and then spit the pit as far as you can.
I could get into that.
My girlfriend would be really good at that.
This one's.
Is there like an accuracy competition or just distance?
It looks like it's sort of like the Olympics. They have different things, you know. Like one's accuracy, like land it in a circle.
Dude, you know there's some like
freestyle, dude. Just
catch it.
I'm just there's some poor kid in a poor neighborhood that this is his way out.
He's like, you'll see one fucking day. I swear to God.
They're spit the best cherry pit.
They're training their whole life.
Damn right. Damn right. That's tight. That would be like I said, I want to know if there's like speed or just distance. Freestyle would be tight.
This one sounds cool. Dodge Juggle, a competition that involves dodging and juggling.
That's insane.
That's just a juggle fight.
Just gestures up there.
Dude, that's a crazy talent.
You throw a unicycle in there, dude, I'm in. You throw a unicycle in there, I'm watching, no doubt.
Hell yeah, man.
I'll put money down. Next fucking juggle.
That's fucking
That's
awesome.
a juggle fight. Dodgeball juggling. That's fun.
Yeah, it's like two clowns cross each other on the street and like, oh, wrong street, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're
wrong
gonna have like
street.
slip and slide kickball or something like that.
There's only room enough for one of us. Yeah. Even though 9 of us fit in a car, I swear to God.
I'd imagine we have one of those sound effects on that fucking roadcaster somewhere.
Oh yeah, that's what Evan uses.
Yep. Well,
for-
dude, before we get too deep into it, man, I guess like explain to the people, because you're a guest completely outside the music industry,
Yeah,
which is
I think-
awesome.
I feel like I'm more curious than you are. You know, I got the questions.
Okay, well,
No,
we're not
go
doing
ahead.
that. We're not doing that right now. But you know, this is one that you and I've talked about doing for a while. But for the people who don't know you, man, explain to people who you are and what you do.
My name is Austin Langley, 2017 Crawdad champion of the fucking. No, that would be tight. I'm gonna start getting into it. No, it's just a recipe.
Dude,
That
you're
kinda
going against
sucks.
like old recipes. This has been my grandbaby's.
I'll be like, oh, this is what I just pulled out. Random. No, I'm a stand-up comedian here in Denver, Colorado. I am the commissioner, I guess, of Denver Roast Battle, which we've had you on multiple times. Always a killer guest. Yeah, and then we just got put in, or not just, but we are in part of the Worldwide Roast Battle League. So that is 24 countries now worldwide competing in a season from March to November to find out who's the fucking best.
Hell
And-
yeah.
And yeah, we're part of it. Last year we placed bottom of our division, middle of the league, I would say.
Who's number one, dude? Who kills it every
It's
time?
LA. LA's been doing it for 12 years now, and like we're a very young roast battle scene compared to a lot of them. Like Austin even is just everyone's there. Chicago's been doing it for a while, and they've fucking crushed it on their venues, and like their marketing and media like absolutely smashes. And then we're still just kind of figuring it out. I mean, we're figuring it out and we just got moved into a club. So that's going to be a huge upgrade. Check out the Denver Comedy Underground. February 21st, we're going to start running it every Friday night at 11 o'clock.
Hell yeah.
So if you are in Denver, got nothing to do, and enjoy some verbal violence in your life, come fucking check it out.
I won't even say have nothing to do. Like, it's like the thing to do.
As for comics, it's like a fucking fight night. I mean, comics show up waiting to like watch someone get taken down or fucking defend their honor, you know.
Yeah.
It's sick.
It gets crazy, man.
Yeah. And so we've been at a few different venues. We've been at the Denver Improv, we've been at Wide Right downtown, rest in peace. We've tried a couple other spots before that, but moving into the Denver Comedy Underground is going to be fucking rad.
Yeah.
Because it's a nice, tight, small venue, but still selling seats and fucking packing the place out. So
Hell yeah.
for sure. So yeah, it is a thing to do. If you like verbal violence and you fucking want some in your life, we got it for you.
Hell yeah, dude. I've heard some fucking deep stabs.
Yeah, there is. I mean, we had you on there. You fucking, you're the butt of a fucking joke when you're involved, dude.
I'm so easy to make
It's
a joke
tight,
about,
yeah.
dude. I'm too easy.
And like every time there's someone like out of the normal or someone we don't see like every day, and like they get word that they're like on the panel or up for grabs basically, and
Yeah.
they're like,
oh yeah, I got fucked up, dude.
like even that roast that we did of Illegal Pete's.
Yeah.
Like yeah, you took some hits that night for sure.
yeah, they said, yeah, Mitch just played Red Rocks, which was just him throwing rocks at Native Americans.
Yeah. I've always said, yeah, you look like you can only come to NASCAR. You're a big fan of the national anthem, but struggle to read it.
Kneel for
yeah.
the kneel for the cross. Fucking yeah, something around those lines, dude. I was trying to think of something.
Yeah, what was the one we wrote? Fucking English Bulldog discovered Kid Rock. It's tight.
Dude, your glasses right now, you know the pictures of the guys that post? Yeah.
fucking
Yeah,
dogs.
dude. Dude, if you posted a picture and put it on your Facebook profile picture, like I would think your caption would be "Not my president."
Sorry,
With
dude.
those shades.
I got fucking
those shades.
These make me look like I'm a goddamn bodyguard for Duck Dynasty. It was these are my I can go so much faster with these fucking bad boys on.
Yeah. You can also get away with saying a couple extra things.
I don't know if I can get away with it, but it might be more comforting.
I might not want to fuck with that guy.
Like,
dude.
okay, he could say it, I guess.
I like all my mechanics to be a little racist.
Those glasses say otherwise. That's funny.
Dude, so how do you become... So did you just start the Denver roast battle and then it just somehow... I won't say somehow, but just ended up becoming part of like the National League? Or did you get asked to just start it?
So I started a roast show. In Denver, there never really was one. Every once in a while, they would do like the roast of like the year or whatever, or roast of 2000, whatever year it was. Or like the nerd roast where it was like a themed thing where it was like the roast of Spider-Man and a bunch of superheroes would dress up.
That sounds fun.
It was fun.
Yeah.
But there was the only like roast scene that would happen. So I started like a roast show and we ran it under a show called Cruelty, Carnage, Crusade. And that was just
That's
because...
a lot.
Yeah. And that was... yeah.
I'm glad y'all rebranded.
Yeah, it was garbage for sure. And that was just because we were in a little theater called the Jester's Palace. And I just like wanted to fit the medieval vibe. I thought it would be like fun, different. Usually people are doing like fight nights or boxing or whatever. So I was like, we'll try medieval out. And then we ran it for a year or so and just filmed all the shows, put them out online as like a whole product. And then the Roast Battle League started up, and I reached out to Pat Barker, who is like the overall commissioner of the league. And I was like, yo, here's 5 of our best battles in the last year, and if you guys are looking for another city to join, blah, blah, blah. So they accepted us the first year, and we did all right. And then this last year, they added different divisions. So it's like the West, the East, the International. We were in the same division as L.A., Austin, Texas, and the Bay Area, who were like 3 of the fucking beasts in the game.
What happens if you win? You get like a stuffed animal? Or
Yeah, basically, yeah, you get a little sticker. No, you get a fucking belt saying that you're number 1.
Oh, yeah, you get bragging rights
Yeah,
for sure.
oh, for sure. Like, they just did the World Championship, which was held in London, and they packed out a club for, like, I think it was 2 nights, and did, like, a little roast mania, did, like, some podcast recording, and then did all the battles. And, yeah, one person walked away as the worldwide roast battle champion.
Dude, that'd be difficult to, like, go to a different country into a roast battle. Because if it's like a lot of countries into it, you got some guy from like, I don't know, Japan or something.
Yeah.
You don't know what you're saying.
Well, and like, yeah, there's like Scotland's in there, and it's just some dude. He's like, I fucking you cunt, and you're like, what the fuck? It's crushing right now. You're like, I don't even know what he said,
But it's funny.
yeah, you're like, it was entertaining. And then there's like parts like Japan actually has a English speaking comedy club, like it's called like I don't know. Comedy something Tokyo, but their club is generally English speaking. Other comics kind of like in America Town or whatever the comedy club's at. And then there's like Barcelona is in there, and who knows what the fuck they're joking about.
Right. Like, that's the thing. It's like, I feel like senses of humor would be different depending
sure.
on like which pond you cross, you know?
Yeah, and America's always got like the biggest scene, I guess, especially because there was like Roast Battle Australia, and they just got like shrunken down to Roast Battle Sydney.
Yeah.
So now it'll be like that one big city, but some scenes only run a show once or twice a month or whatever. So it's harder for them to submit content.
And I might sound stupid asking this, but I'm pretty sure like U.S. is probably the best place to go if you're trying to be a stand-up comedian. Like, how many, like, I don't know if any like famous comedians. I know a lot of Australians and like people from the UK, but they come and tour a lot in the States.
For sure. And even that's where you would build a name. Like you would build your act in a smaller scene and then come to America, flex an hour, and be like, look at me. And
Yeah.
that's what used to be the move with like LA. When like Canadians would come down, Norm Macdonald and Tom Green, like those guys were fucking, oh, we're going to LA and we're going to fucking make it. We're going to get on late night television. And it's a little bit different now just because there's so many angles and so many, you could become famous on social media in some small country, and then come over here and not really know what to do with it. Because you're like, why am I selling tickets? How am I supposed to keep this up?
Yeah.
So it's a weird fucking art form. Comedy in general.
I think it's the hardest art form. And I really mean that.
Yeah.
I think, I'll say that, but then, like, I think about, like, painters or something like that. Like, drawing portraits and things like that.
Those guys also, I mean, the thing about comedy is they have time, they have space, they have creative energy that they can fucking put into it when they want to put into it, They can not reveal it until they feel like it's perfected. And stand-up, you're just whipping it out and being like,
Is it good?
this is the you get like. So it is like a different art form where very similar with like your DJ stuff. You get a totally different vibe when you're playing that in front of 1,000 people live rather than sitting in here by yourself,
Yeah, but like also like I feel like if I'm making a banger in the studio, like I'm like this is gonna hit, and I guess you could say the same thing to like a comedian. It's like I just wrote this joke, it's gonna be fucking good.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
And comedy is one of those weird ones where I mean you can have confidence in it, but you really don't know until you put it in front of the audience, and then you'll get laughs at part of the joke, like while you're building that shouldn't be funny or you never thought was funny.
Oh yeah, dude. I know I was doing a set one night and I was like I completely fucked the joke up.
Yeah.
And
I was there for that. You were talking, yeah.
Send them back.
Yeah. And I just remember being like, dude, you with your back against the wall, that was fun. You know what I mean? And some of my favorite comics are like, when you put them in a corner, like they're like, what am I supposed to do here? Like that is the funniest shit sometimes. And that's where some people thrive, is that weird energy.
Well, that's where you thrive. I don't even like to see you do material, dude. I like to see you go up there and get angry at people.
Trust me, I've done it too many times.
Yeah, you're so comfortable. You told me you're like, I'm more comfortable going up there with no material as if I'm going up there with new material.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, because you go up there with nothing and you're like, I'm just going to fucking talk shit.
Well, and there's times you go to a mic and you're like, I have 10 seconds to work on, but I got 5 minutes to fill. Or like I'm a big fan of winning the audience over before even getting to the material. Because in that way, it's similar to like a comedy club where you're like, these guys came to laugh. At a mic, not necessarily. People didn't necessarily come to laugh. Mm-hmm. So you have to win them over. You have to gain trust. You have to fucking build a relationship with them before almost even being like, and now here's what I think about fat people. You know what I mean? You have to win them over before. And it's not like I joke about fat people, but I'm just saying if there was, you would have to.
There was a topic to joke about.
Yeah.
That'd be where you go to first.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
It's always what I write, fat people.
What is it with fat people and airlines?
Just take all
and airline food. I don't know.
It is. I mean, I'm getting fat too, so I guess I could joke about it. It's my lane now. But that's another thing is just figuring out what people would find entertaining coming from you. You know? And that's something I even struggle with writing, where I like writing like stupid jokes, but I'm like, should I be more personable up there? Should I be more likable? Should I be just insulting whoever I want to insult?
So I'm saying I think it's the hardest art form.
Yeah. And every room is different. Every space is different. Every stage is different.
Yep.
So you'll go up one night and crush in front of a late night audience and be like, these guys are trash drunk. I can talk about whatever I want to talk about. Or you can go up the next night at 5 o'clock somewhere and they're like, what the fuck are you on? But that's the game.
I remember eating shit at you were doing a show at that private club.
Yeah, that rooftop.
Yeah, that rooftop for a bit. The first time I went, I crushed, and the second time I just completely fucking bombed.
They wanted you back. They were like, bring Mitch back. He was great. And I'm like, yeah, let's go. He's always welcome.
And then
I realized,
I realized I was sucking, and then I was like, all right, let me do my most offensive joke that I was still working on. I'm like, all right, fuck it. I've already lost this set. Let me just.
You gotta One time I was hosting bingo. One time I wasn't even doing comedy. I was hosting bingo, and I just like got so fed up with the audience just not even caring or whatever it was, where I just like doubled down and all the jokes were like, just inappropriate. B9, the tumors were B9. I-25, 20 people dead on I-25. It's a car crash. It's terrible. Where I'm just like fucking yelling at an audience. Dude, bingo's
It's probably like old people, right?
Yeah. Dude, bingo's brought me more weird emotions than most. I one time cried in front of strangers while hosting bingo. Because I used to do it every Sunday.
You used to cry every Sunday?
I used to cry every Sunday. I used to host bingo every Sunday, and it was Father's Day, and like my dad had died like 9 months beforehand. And I was just like, give it up for all the dads in the audience. And all these strangers are like, what the fuck are we doing? Why is this hipster crying in front of us?
That's hysterical, man.
Yeah, it was bad. I mean, and like the whole day, like the whole thing, like I had done Mother's Day before that or whatever, and be like, give it up for moms, and people would just be like, yeah, my mom's here,
And you're like, my dad's not.
Dude, it was weird. He like, dude, it was like favorite band came on the radio on the way to bingo on Father's Day. Like it was just one of those weird days where I was like, what the fuck did I do to deserve this?
Well, what did those people do to deserve this? Like, you're going through your emotions, but you're also a host.
My dad's just laughing wherever the fuck he is. He's like, dude, look at this bitch. We're crying in front of strangers because of my dead ass.
Dude, what other crazy things happen at bingo?
Oh, bingo always had at least like 2 ladies who had been drinking from the night before who were like, we saw this online. And you're like, you're still drunk. Bingo, I was always like it was always like morning time gig, so it really wasn't like that crazy. But yeah, check it out, Bingo Boys, dude. I think we still got an Instagram.
You made an Instagram?
Yeah. Dude, the funniest thing about Bingo Boys was like we had committed to this name. It was me and my buddy Jeff Stonick, and we were like, yeah, Bingo Boys. And then I type into like just the internet, I guess, and looking for like bingo gear, like boards and other antique shit. And one of the articles that came up was on Reddit, and it was like Bingo Boys was a production by like this community college about the Columbine shooting.
Oh my gosh.
And supposedly they would yell bingo after shooting someone.
Oh my god!
And so I'm looking at, I'm like, Bingo Boys. Oh my god! The only thing that pops up is a community college production about Columbine. I'm like, I don't know if we can go by Bingo Boys anymore, dude. That's pretty bad.
Well, dude, to pivot to like wild stories, I'm sure you got some wild stories with roast battle, dude. Have there been like, you know, people go up there with animosity or like just wild shit happen on stage where you're like, whoa, what the fuck just went down?
I try to, yeah, that has happened. There was one time where a guy pulled out a Ouija board and summoned a dude's dead mom. And then a person with a sheet walked out of the behind the stage.
Was it funny or no?
No, it was,
It's funny like now.
yeah. Shout out Ryan Tricky.
It wasn't funny at that time though.
This was Quentin, dude.
Oh my god.
Oh no. Yeah, this was the guy. This was a guy that shouldn't have had his dead mom pulled behind him. Anyways, he like didn't even know she was there. And the room is like, oh my god, what is happening? And then he turns around and he's like startled by it, where he's like, ah. We're like, oh no.
Wait, so did Quentin do the joke or someone did that joke to him?
Someone did the joke to Quentin.
Oh damn, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, because he's got plenty of material about how his mom passed away.
And it's hilarious.
Yeah, and it is like, but that was one of them that was like, whoa, we were not expecting that. Like the person in the sheet like didn't even really commit to the bit, so they were just like supposed to say something, and they were just like, I'm proud of you, and it just made it more sad.
Oh shit!
He was like, oh god.
Jesus, dude, how do you win a room back after that?
That was the thing, was like everyone didn't even know how to react, where they were just like, and then I as a host have to go up there and be like, give it up for that. It's insane.
I feel like you do a good job of like, I've seen like a battle be bad and you're like, well, that fucking sucked.
Yeah. Sometimes you just have to address it of just like, well, and then the audience takes it into their own hands, because it is one of those shows where they do not give a fuck, and they will start chanting like double loss. Like if the battle was bad, like the audience will just be like, double loss. Then you're like, okay, you fucking both get the fuck out of here. They don't like you. I'm sorry.
Hell yeah.
The people have spoken. But yeah, there is the gladiator aspect of it, of like, let them fucking die.
Yeah.
Where there's times where it's like a knockout and one person, and I'll just have to go up there and be like, give it up for that person. Besides, not that person, but... So it is, yeah, you just have to address it, or at least keep the energy moving as a host. I mean, I get my jokes out and I get to make fun of people, but most of the time I'm just making the audience fucking clap when they're supposed to clap.
Yeah.
I had top 10 funniest countries pulled up, and I didn't bring it up yet. The top 5 are not surprising. The bottom 5 are surprising.
All right, go down the list from 1 to...
Number 1, United Kingdom.
Whoa, when you can understand them, it's pretty fucking funny, I guess.
Yeah, it was really funny when they lost.
Number 2 is the United States. Number 3, Australia. 4, Ireland. 5, England.
Yeah, I honestly not surprised by any of these, yeah.
I thought England and United Kingdom were the same thing.
Honestly, same, dude.
I get touche.
Yeah. Philippines is 6. Japan is 7.
Okay.
Serbia 8.
Serbia.
Italy 9 and Egypt 10.
Egypt.
Is that, I mean, what are those numbers based off of? Just the amount of comedians, amount of comedy specials, the amount of credits?
It looked like it was a public vote for...
Never leave it to the public.
Yeah, for the funniest countries in the world. And
Canada's not up there.
Canada has like 3 of the funniest people.
I
of all
agree. I
time.
totally agree. I just like talking shit about Canada. I don't even know why. It's just something I've always done.
But they should be in there. Like if you were to take funniest people, Norm Macdonald alone.
Oh yeah,
is the GOAT.
I mean, dude, Tom Green is one of my favorites. Just
Tom Green.
a young Tom Green.
Dude, the Tom Green show was what Eric Andre has now.
Yeah, basically just shock factor.
Yeah, that and like people on the street doing weird shit, bringing people into his interviews. I recently started watching him again, and they were like from way back, and he has like. When he first starts, it's like in an apartment. And he's like, this is the roof episode where he just takes people to his roof. And they're like, we're not going up. And he's just, hanging out. And kicks the ladder over so they're stuck up there. And you're like, dude, this is insane. It's dope.
He's so chilled out now.
Yeah.
He's got like a documentary he's doing. That's on Prime, I think it is.
Eric Andre does?
No, Tom Green.
Tom Green.
Yeah.
He's dope shit.
I don't know. So what other crazy stories? That one about Quentin was with the fucking Ouija board's really fucking funny.
Yeah, I forgot all about that. And like usually props don't work. Like it's a joke writing showcase.
Yeah.
Ultimately you show up 5 jokes and let it fucking rip. Sometimes they'll go to overtime. The last show we had was so much fun that where it was like multiple battles that you couldn't really decide. So we just kind of sent it away in a tie. When the season starts, it'll be a little bit different. You'll have to like adjust and make sure that there's kind of a winner. Because we keep record and everybody has their like roast battle record, but yeah, Pat like keeps record for the whole fucking scene.
Yeah.
So it is big, at least that wise. And he's just like real into baseball and numbers. So he's like, oh, so-and-so's got this record. So-and-so's got this record.
Nice. Hell yeah.
And it makes it better for booking the show because you're like, oh, storylines have now like written where you're like, this person should battle this person because they're defending whatever this title is,
Yeah, dude, winning a belt sounds scary because you got to defend it.
Yeah, that's where it blurs the line of like professional wrestling or a sport of some sort, you know.
Yep.
Where, I mean, we've been referred to as Denver Roast Battle as the backyard wrestling of Roast Battle. And that's because we were like the last one at a bar. We're still fucking letting the audience yell and chant shit. I mean, people would do entrances, whether it was like The Undertaker or some bullshit like that.
That's
So,
fun though.
It was fun.
That's a good title to have.
I mean, it ultimately started, they meant it in like the best way possible. And, like we started in a fucking basement in an apartment in Cap Hill. You know, like it was fucking during COVID. We had no venues. We had nothing. We jammed 20 people into a fucking basement. And
You're
told
telling
them,
jokes to a bunch of other comedians.
yeah,
basically?
well, I mean, there was a few friends that showed up from the neighborhood, but yeah, and I just booked 2 comics that I'm like, you guys would be fun to watch insult each other. Let's go.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
So yeah, it started in a basement in Cap Hill.
And now y'all are at a club.
Yeah. In the club every fucking Friday, which is a little stressful for me. But
Yeah, I was going to talk about that, man. So, like, booking a roast battle, because it's like, you obviously know who's good at roasting. You know, you've been doing it long enough, but, like, they're also stand-up comedians, and it's a Friday night. Like, they got gigs, other places, and things like that. Like, how do you balance? Now that a place where you have to book a show, having a weekly show is insane.
Yeah.
Like,
And-
I did a monthly show in Mississippi when I was a promoter.
Yeah.
Just
comedy or
no, just
music?
music, and that was stressful. But like we had like the Dragon's Den in New Orleans, that was like a weekly show every Sunday for like music. But then,
Yeah.
I mean, I know I had buddies who do like weekly mics and stuff, but like a weekly showcase is
For sure.
tough.
It will, and I mean, I'm grateful now because I have a crew and a team like Tanya Sabrina. She's booking the battles. I've got Jeff Stonick filming the battles. Evan Fitzgerald with Slaughterhouse Studios records the audio. So we've got like a full team now, and it definitely helps. And word of mouth, there's plenty of comics that are just hungry and want stage time and want to write jokes in general. So it's got that going for it, but it is definitely a lot, especially every Friday.
Yeah, that's a commitment, dude.
Yeah, and we've always kind of dealt with the problem of so-and-so is going to be late, so-and-so is coming from Boulder, so-and-so is whatever. And right now we're moving to 11 p.m. So it'll be a late night comedy show. And the late night scene, since all of the bullshit, I mean, it hasn't really existed, you know? So people are usually home
All
by...
the bullshit.
Oh, just, I mean, coming back from COVID and getting shows going and stuff. But... yeah, I feel like the late night scene hasn't existed for a few years.
Yeah, just me personally, I'm a fan of like an earlier comedy show.
For sure.
So you go to a comedy show and then you like go to like a club after or something like that.
I mean, I always love being home by 9:30, 10 o'clock.
Dude,
it's the
nice.
best. Yeah.
We had some stops on tour where like the show's over, it has to be over by 11 tonight. And
Yeah.
we're like, yeah.
Yeah. That's, I mean, not the worst for sure.
Nah.
I mean, that's the thing is, like I said, I think I would like to see Denver have a late night scene again, though.
Yeah.
I mean, we used to do mics till whatever 1 a.m. for 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Where you're like, why am I out here besides to kick it with these hooligans and talk into a microphone for a short amount of time?
Yeah.
But
What is have you definitely seen like a big growth in like the popularity of roast battle? Like as far as, because I mean, like I'm sure you have a lot of people come up who are like, oh, I could do this, or I want to get on this. Did y'all just let them in? Like, all right, bet you're up against this person.
no, I mean, we pick comics from the scene. Right now we have or Spaghetti Jake started his own roast show, and it's the undercard division called Weenie Roast. Every fourth Friday or fourth Thursday at Western Sky. So check that out. But that's like our undercard division. So now we have like a show where we can pick comics from.
Oh yeah, minor league.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
And then there's another show where Spaghetti Jake runs. Shout out Spaghetti Jake. He does a lot for the show too. He crushes. He has another show called Boo Ha Ha, and that's a heckle mic where comics are encouraged.
You've told me about this,
and it
dude.
is fucking chaos. It is nuts, and it's fun. But mostly comics go out.
Explain
to,
that. Explain this to everybody.
like-
This is you told me about this. I'm like, this sounds fucking terrible.
So yeah, each comic gets 2 minutes on stage, and then after the 2 minutes, a bongo drum will play, and the audience is allowed to unleash their bad thoughts that they've had about you for the first 2 minutes.
Jesus.
So it's like and then there's like a judges panel basically. So they're kind of in control of the show where they're like insulting people and talking shit too, manning it. But yeah, the audience is allowed to. And when you can hit a home run from the back of the room, dude, it fucking feels cool.
Like if you just like kill it the whole way through and it's not a lot of heckles.
No, I'm just saying if you're in the back of the room while someone's on stage and you're like, you look like fucking, and then it's just boom, you're like, all that is man.
I'm sure it definitely could help like make it a fun show. Like, all right, you're encouraged to
For
fucking
sure.
talk shit. So, but I could just see the confidence of a comedian just getting
I've gone
killed.
up there and just been like, fuck you guys, all right? Like, I'm done.
It's
like,
shut up.
Yeah, it's like a roast battle, but it's like 1 against 8. Where you're like, what am I fucking supposed to do? It feels like being jumped into a gang, basically. You're like, dude, I didn't ask for this. But
Yeah,
I
the
did.
crowd's just beat the shit out of you.
Yeah, that's literally, it feels like a gang.
Damn,
But
bro.
well, I forget what oh yeah, where we book and how we book. Well, I've had weird people message the count and be like, put me in, I'm the fucking best roaster on my construction crew. And you're like, shut the fuck up. And so then you're like, do you do comedy? And they're like, no. I had one guy who I was like, oh, you do stand up? And he's like, no, but have you ever had to outsing 12 black people on a choir? I was like, no.
Now while that is impressive,
No, I was like, I don't know what it has to do with verbal violence, but it was just like, I haven't had to do that first off, but what makes you think? And people think that it is, when it's in front of strangers and an educated audience, you know, where it's like these people enjoy jokes and the way that they're done, performed, and presented, is a different, people just think they could go up and call someone ugly and call it quits, you know?
right, dude? Have there ever been a guy that just annoyed you so much? You're like, all right, fuck it, you're up, and then you put him against like the best roaster.
Well, not necessarily like that, because I never want the battles to be out of animosity or like anger.
Ever?
Like, yeah,
You've
just
never? It's never happened.
it has happened.
Okay, there we
and it has happened, but it wasn't even my choice. It was like I booked this battle because everyone said that they wanted to see it, and then afterwards they were like, "Yeah, those two dudes fucking hate each other," and I was like, "What the fuck, you guys?" And it was like, it was just like younger comics in the scene where they were like, "Dude, put this one on," and I was like, "Okay, fine." And
Yeah,
then
that
it
it-
just like ate shit because they were like, "This guy's fucking got allegations, and this guy fucking chomo." And you're like, "What the fuck is happening, dude?"
Yeah, have there been like points where it like might get physical?
It's one of the rules that I present up top. Is there's 3 rules of roast battle, and these were like made by Brian Moses, fucking way back in the day. Shout out. But yeah, nothing's off limits except for physical contact, original material only, and when we're done, we hug.
Hell yeah,
Yeah,
those are good rules.
So like those are the 3 that the league, I guess, I mean, runs by. But there's been a few times where there was like 2 women on stage one time where I was like, oh, these, like, they were just like staring at each other in the eye, and I was like, oh, like this is out of anger right now. And then once the battle was done, they like made out and the place like went nuts.
What?
They were like, we were planning on just kissing up here, and the place was like, do it, and then they did, and the fucking place went crazy.
So they're just making out. Y'all get that on video?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. There's like
Yeah,
a video.
send
Send me the link, dude.
It's just like me as the host in between them, and then I have to be like, and like walk away from
And the
it.
girls are like, it's fine. He's gay.
Plenty of people think that. It's fine.
Dude, keep wearing those shades. You'll beat those
Yeah,
allegations.
dude. But yeah, it is. It does take a good joke writer to perform well up there.
Yeah.
And a lot of it's, I mean, there's other places and other battlers that aren't even comics. Like there's this dude in LA, Los Digits, and he's just this Mexican guy who wears like Raiders gear, but he'll like post up after every joke. And supposedly he's just an old rap battler, but he's got like a following and he's good at it.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, fucking low digits. He's talked a lot of shit on Denver. He's like, you guys want some fucking points? I'll come up there and fucking battle whoever you want.
Bring him, dude.
I know, and that's what we were saying. We were like, come hang out. We're not going to buy you a ticket.
Yeah, have y'all had like any celebrities come through or like special guests come through that stuck out?
Brian Moses, he's the creator of Roast Battle, started way back in the day in LA. And he showed up. He's been in town a few times. We've had him on the judges panel, and then he was like supposed to host one night. And plane like got delayed, so I ended up hosting, but he showed up at the very end and like gave a shout out. They had the World Championships here 2 years ago at the Denver Improv, and that was pretty sick because they flew 4 battlers in from around the world to fight it out in Denver. And then we had Frank Castillo, who's Roast Battle season 2 on Comedy Central champion. And that was like a cool storyline because he was like he was just the door guy at a comedy club at the Comedy Store, and he was a big Roast Battle fan, so he entered the competition and
He won.
yeah,
The world champ.
world champ. Well, that was
Good for him.
That was when they did I don't know, maybe 6, 7 years ago. They did Roast Battle on Comedy Central.
Yeah.
Where they did like a big show and a scene. So that was cool.
What do you think of things like, because they're doing a lot of roast now on Netflix for like you who deals with actual like real life comics.
Yeah.
To like maybe like the roast of Tom Brady. Like what's your perspective on things like that?
I think they're fucking rad. I mean, because we've done like the small celebrity ones with like local celebrities. We did Legal Pete's roast. We've done a few like that. We did Ben Roy, who's a comic in town. I think they're fucking rad. And I think it's a good thing for freedom of speech in general, where it's like this whole whatever cancel culture, whatever it is, like it's not existent or whatever it is, but it's a good thing for freedom of speech to be like, these people have not even a place to say it, but they can say what they want.
Yeah.
Even Roast Battles built as an arena as they can get away with saying things that they wouldn't be able to get away with saying at a normal comedy show,
Yeah.
Where comics almost go as like a stress relief.
Dude, I'll agree to that, man. The things that I hear at Roast Battle, I'm like, God damn.
For sure.
I'm like, this is awesome.
Yeah.
Like, this is like real. I feel like this is, and I could be wrong saying this because I wasn't in there back in the day doing it, but like I was like, I feel like this is what comedy used to be like.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I don't know. That's just like, it's just so crazy. The things you hear, you're like, wow, this is awesome.
And I remember I went to LA within the first year of doing comedy. I went to LA and I stayed at a hostel. I just dirtbagged it. It was fun. But on a Tuesday night, I went to a roast battle and I had the same fucking experience where I was like, oh my God, there's a place to for like, you can say what you want to say basically, or there's a place that you can do it. And that was like years and years ago where I mean, basically, I don't know, it just felt like a safe space for comics, you know what I mean? People talk about safe space, and comedy is supposed to be that art form where it's not like I'm even edgy. I don't go up there and tell like, this is my opinion about black people. Like, it's not like that's my bit, but
that's mine actually.
but but I don't know. There's a sense of freedom of speech, whatever is, and in trouble or whatever. I don't.
Yeah, I always seem like I tend to like gravitate towards the people that are just fucking just.
And that's
wild.
Yeah, and there's space and time for it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like,
but you go to the wrong place and do it, you're like, all right.
Yeah, I've been to
rough.
hundreds of open mics where people thought it was a good idea to say something that wasn't, And there's also other shows that are built for like storytelling where here's a crazy story about me breaking the law, or here's a crazy,
Oh, you'd be good at that one, huh?
Yeah, I just did that one. Check out Interrogation. It's tight. But there's like, those are the spaces that are created to get that out.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily go up on stage every night and talk about how I'm a recovering alcoholic, but at that show I could be like, fuck yeah.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, let's
And
go.
you said I'm recovering
I know.
alcoholic as I pour myself a drink.
I've got
and I apologize, brother.
Don't. That's the thing is it's just like any other drug. I'm not going to go slam some heroin.
If you did, dude, I'd allow it because I'm a good host.
Yeah, thank you. I'll be right back. Just come back in.
Actually, so I want to bring up our sponsor, Bottom Shelf.
Yeah, bottom shelf heroin and around the corner cocaine. They're also sponsors by Talks with Taboo. That'd be tight, actually. It is funny because even roast battle, like I'll get like what I call cheap pops, which is just like someone will mention some drug and I'll be like, give it up for cocaine, and then a fucking audience of strangers is just like, yeah. Like, shut the fuck up. That's the loudest you guys have gotten tonight. But
people love cocaine, man.
yeah, people
A lot of fans out there.
A lot of fans.
I did some pure caffeine the other night at your. I did some pure caffeine the other night at what that real estate agency.
Yeah, DJ'd at a fucking office.
Yeah, you played some after hours. Then we the first 10 minutes. Me, you, and Lindsay just walk around like, who works here? Like, what?
Dude, it's a real estate office.
Yeah,
and one of the DJ booth is in a cubicle. So it's like,
It was sick.
it was a good time, but I was just like, who fucking allowed this to happen?
Yeah, it is funny hanging out with all of your like DJ buddies, or I don't know what the other DJs, where like I would introduce myself and I was like, hey, I'm Austin, and they're like, oh yeah, no way. They're like, I'm Evan. I go by H whatever 13.
H1N1 or whatever.
Yeah, and I'm like, I go by Austin Langley, actually. I'm like, am I supposed to introduce? Am I supposed to have a name? I don't know.
Dude, I hate it when DJs do that. I never do that. I'm Mitch, dude.
Yeah.
Nice to meet you.
And that's even how I know you were. Like, I'm like, oh yeah, I'm buddies with Mitch. And they're like, yeah? I'm like, Taboo, whatever. I'm sure. But, I mean, that's only been a few times. Like, I mean, when we went to Sonic Bloom and we did that comedy show, that was pretty fucking fun.
that was so much fun, man. And it ended up working out for the better.
Yeah.
Like that it
for
got
sure.
canceled off the stage and it's just a makeshift comedy show outside the gates with your speaker.
Yeah, it definitely made it all punk rock, and those people were for it because they were like, oh, I can sit down here before going into the show. I mean, there was a point. There was like 250 people fucking hanging out watching comedy.
Yeah.
It was sick.
And it was like they were there for it.
Yeah, people taking whippets, the kids
Giving the comic or giving Tommy a whippet.
Dude, halfway through my set, that guy got up, like right from stage right, and his eyes are going two different directions, and he's just bleeding from the nose without even asking. He's just like, "I'm sorry, I did too much cocaine." I'm like, Jesus.
You go, yeah, keep going, buddy.
Yeah, dude.
Whatever you said.
I was like, dude, I've never been heckled by a damaged septum before.
But it was funny. You're like, I don't know how I follow that up.
I do remember just sitting back and be like, bro, there is nothing.
Because the pop that you got, because you said something right after, and in the pop, you're like, I don't know how I beat that.
I know. It was one of those moments where you're like, this is never going to exist again. At least in this setting, for sure. But that was fun. I liked walking around. I remember, we did the comedy show, and then I ate some drugs, and that was fun. But you played at like 11:30 that night, and I was like walking through the forest with all these trippy lights, all high on drugs, and this kid runs up to me. He's like, dude, you fucking killed it. And he gives me a hug, and I'm like, killed what? What the fuck are we
What did I kill?
And he's like, the comedy show earlier. I'm like, dude, that was so many thoughts ago. I've had a full day of experiences since then. But I just was like thrown off because I was all high and he was still excited about it. But I was on my way to like see your set, so it was like 11 o'clock at night.
Dude, I want to do more of that at festivals, dude.
It would be fun, even if you fucking set up in the camping area.
Like, yeah, Renegade Comedy Show.
And you could that way you could do it punk rock every year where you wouldn't even need the okay from the festival.
Yeah, just do it.
And just do it in the parking lot where people hang out, whatever the fucking main strip is, and set up a small tent and a speaker. And then if people were to say anything, they'd just be like, yeah, that's just Taboo doing this thing.
Yeah. I know I had a lot of people who were like,
But it might it might bring others that are not wanting comedy or wanting to say something bad about it.
Maybe because it's like if you're like, this is Renegade, we're doing it here at this time, and there's also music going on in other places. I feel like the only reason they'd be there would be for comedy.
Yeah. But if you did it at whatever 2 o'clock in the afternoon before people really start getting going.
Yeah, we did it at Wakan Fest 2 times, but like I think it was like 11 to 12, like 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. So before, the only thing that was happening right then was comedy.
Yeah,
so it's like the people were there for it. But like I know a lot of people were like hitting me up this past year at Wakan. They were like, you should do like a Renegade comedy show.
Yeah.
And I was like, nah, I don't have the time. Because like I literally had to, like an hour after my set, we had to get in the van and drive to Nashville to get on my bus.
Yeah, that's
so it's just like, but ended up going to like their VIP party and they had a stage and they needed help entertaining. So the festival's like, Mitch, we need you to come here and help. And so like I'm just like walking around talking shit on. There's a stage. I'm like, can I go do comedy? The festival's like, no. You're
like, I already asked. Come on.
Yeah. But like I did say, and I actually, I haven't said it on this podcast, but I brought it up to Martin to do like the roast of Liquid Stranger, the roast of Taboo.
That'd be sick.
Next year at Wakan, I'd definitely have to have you host that shit.
Well, and especially if you were to like, if you were to do something themed like that, where it would be the roast of, and then I could book a couple comics, and then
I'd want to get like some DJs that actually I know that are funny too, but I know some. I'd want like some legit comics on it
for sure. Well, and I mean, there would just be like 2 or 3 just to like make sure that the jokes are like fully there. Because even writing with other like artists is pretty fun, you know, where you're like, oh, you could say this, you could say that. It's icy blast.
But dude, my shit was on 20 and then died.
This is reefer though.
Kyle, is there a USB-C down there?
Here's this one right here.
Hey, I'm gonna hand you my vape, brother.
But yeah, I'd definitely fucking rock that. That would be fun as shit.
Man, it was so cool, and I can't tell you how many people like that went to the comedy shows at the music festivals and were like, that was my favorite part of the weekend.
Dude, when we did Sonic Bloom, I showed up all early in the morning thinking that the like gates were gonna be open, and there was like me and 5 other cars hanging out. And one of the first person I talked to was like, yeah, I'm trying to get in there, make sure I can see Taboo's comedy show. And I was like, tight, I'm on that.
Fuck yeah, dude.
So it was like a weird, I'm like, oh, fucking people are excited to see something different at an EDM music festival.
Well, dude, I ran into a puppet show one time at a music festival, and I was like, that was the best part of the festival. Because it's just like, it's just little things out there where you don't expect it. I saw Ember fall in your pants, and I wanted to burn you. But like, it's like little things that you don't expect that are like, because you're gonna get music all weekend.
Yeah.
What's the one? And you might remember a good bit of it, but like you're definitely gonna remember that one thing that wasn't music that brought you a lot of fun.
Well, and dude, even like when we went to Sonic Bloom, I'm so unfamiliar with everything and everyone there. You know, like this is not my world. But there was like a DJ hip hop group that I ran into on like the side stage that was just like. They were called like the Sleepover Boys, and they were singing about pajamas and fucking hanging out at each other's houses. And I was like, dude, this is tight as fuck.
Dude, you gotta know about the bus boys out there in Nebraska, dude. They suck their own dick. They have a whole song about it, and that's fun.
Yeah, I'm down. I'm down. Give me some silly shit. But yeah, they were dope as fuck. And I just remember being like, I don't even know who that. There was another DJ there that had a guy up there with a banjo. It was just a bass. It was fucking EDM music and another dude with a banjo. And he was just like, kick up some dirt, motherfuckers. I was like, this is sick. Like, it might have been the day after, like, when I was, like, leaving.
Yeah, that rules, dude. Anything with a banjo, I'm in. I'm kicking up some dirt, whether they tell me to or not. You know?
This joint fucking, I rushed it.
Yeah, how has it been? Because, you know, you and I are good buddies, and I've had you out to, like, a couple of shows. Had you at a Sonic Bloom, Red Rocks, Mission Ballroom.
Yeah, I fucking love it, dude. I love it. Fucking you crush. I feel like you entertain people at this like the highest level. Like especially like it was eye opening at like Sonic Bloom. Yeah, sure, people are doing drugs and are there to see it and experience it, but people are fucking losing their mind. You know, headbanging and fucking dancing like they're part of like children of the fucking
Corn.
Yeah, basically. Just insane people, but it like that's what I'm saying. You're entertaining them to that level.
Yeah.
Like it was your Sonic Bloom set was sick. Fucking Mission, you absolutely crushed. It's also, I mean, it's mind blowing to me watching someone, I guess, command an audience, you know, with whatever medium they're doing. Like when you fucking cut it in and out and people are singing along and fucking jamming, it's rad.
That's one of the things I love so much about comedy, man. When you watch somebody who's just a fucking animal walk up there and do the damn thing.
It has its, I guess, even same with DJing, I guess, you know, where you hold it to a different standard and there's the good and the bad and the people that you fucking cherish in between or whatever, you know, but there's people that you hold. Yeah, comedy is one of those same ones where when it's bad, but when it's fucking good, it's good.
Dude, you did a show naked.
Yeah, I've done that a few times.
Yeah, that's wild. Where you're just doing stand-up butt-ass naked.
Yeah, dude, last time I did it was fun where, like, it was cold as shit because
that's what I would be scared of. And also, like, I take Adderall. And I don't know if you take Adderall, but whenever you do, your dick shrivels. And that's a fact because when in the morning I wake up, I got a good hang. No, dude, I got a good hang in the morning, but if I whipped it out right now, that thing shriveled.
Oh, it will, even if, yeah, it doesn't matter. Like, it doesn't matter. The guy that hosts the show was like, dude, the first time I did it, I took Viagra and was like...
Was he erect?
He said he was basically erect until his name got called and then fucking went so soft.
No way.
And then as soon as he got off stage again, he fucking ramped up.
Wow. How do you get how do you go from a boner to no boner on Viagra?
I don't know.
Damn, dude.
He was just, I guess it's the nerves. Because every time, like, I feel like it is extra small. Like I have a partner, and she came to one of them, and that was one of her notes. Was like the smallest I've ever seen your dick was on that stage, and I was like, yeah.
The stage makes it look smaller. All right, I promise.
It cuts off 15 pounds. I swear. But
is it fucking weird up being naked up there?
Well, the audience is also like allowed to be naked too, so it's just an open, like, judgment-free space with comedy going on. And the last time I did it, I went up with like a coat and just like my boxers, and I always wear like my high tops because I think it's funny. But like at one point, like I wasn't even naked yet, but I just like took my like my underwear down to my ankles, and I was like, I feel like this is way worse than just being naked. And I was just running around doing a crazy bit. Like people were laughing at it. It was funny, but at the same time, I looked like an insane person.
That's ridiculous, man.
Yeah. So it is, and it's always like at a space that's welcoming to it. You know, there's a one spot called. I don't know, Dendra Sanctuary or some shit like that. But yeah, check them out. It's fun. I mean, people love them, and it's like it's a story that you don't necessarily get every day.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
And like the thing is, if you can go up there with confidence, butt ass naked, any other gig is whatever.
Well, and it is a different game where you're like. You're always nervous before you go on stage, but then before you go on that one, you're like, well, what do I do? Like to even...
Yeah, I would be thinking about it. You were like, it's so cold, and you're just shriveled up, man. Yeah. That's what I would be thinking about the whole time. How does my wiener look right now?
You just you have to not... One of the biggest compliments I ever got was a guy I did that show with. Not anything, but he was like, he's like a guy that I always like joke about that he is homophobic or whatever, and after my set, he was like, dude, I was watching you do up there and you were crushing, you were getting laughs, you were doing this. He's like, and then I looked down and I was like, why the fuck is he naked? He's like, you were crushing so hard I forgot you were naked. And I was like, tight. I was like, I guess that's what you're kind of going for up there.
Because he's so homophobic, he doesn't see naked men.
Yeah. But also like it is it gives you space to riff on something you wouldn't normally riff on, you know, where you're like, hey, look at this guy's dick.
Yeah. I'd just be talking about my wiener, dude.
Well, like there was the last one I was on, there was one dude in the front row who was also butt ass naked, but was like packing heat.
Oh yeah, he had a dong on.
Yeah, every comic and during their set was like, dude, your dick is huge. Like, it just like kept being like a callback to where he's just like I know, right?
Yeah, what a cool guy.
I know that guy was.
Fuck.
He was like just part of the show at that point. where-
Yeah, no comedian's gonna get up there with a huge dick.
No, it'd be weirder if you had like 10 inches.
if you were
soft.
hung.
Yeah, people
Yeah.
were like, "That's just freakishly big." They probably wouldn't even hear your jokes.
Yeah, they're just staring. They just want to see it move when you
They're
turn.
like, "Oh my god,
They want to see that metronome.
how is it so large?" Yeah,
That's
that's what I should do next time. Get like a prosthetic.
Oh yeah, you just wear a strap on.
Yeah, just way too big.
It's black.
You're like, "Yes, I know." I know.
It is true. I am black from the West.
But no, and comedy like that, I guess I always want to do the opportunity of like, I also want to do that one. I want to get together with Chris, who runs the Naked Show, and I want to do once a year a Naked Roast Battle.
Oh fuck.
Dude, it'd be so sick.
That would be brutal because you'd be talking shit about like each other's wieners or like your pussy's hair. I
Yeah.
can smell you from here.
Yeah, for
Things like
sure.
that. You know what I mean?
It would be well, and you would be at your most vulnerable state. You know what I mean? Like,
But dude, I feel like everybody you're on stage with at that night,
Yeah.
you're great friends after.
sure.
Because like I've seen like my closest friends wieners, Kyle, but like it's just like things like that, you know.
yeah, it's a bonding
I
moment.
kept on pulling out my wiener on tour,
I mean,
not like in front of the crowd,
Yeah.
but like Import or Smith or
Yeah.
Schlump.
It's a funny
Would be
bit.
DJing. I'd stand behind the speakers, and they'd turn and look at me, and I'd pull my wiener out, and just shake it for them.
I almost sent you a picture of my balls last night.
Hell yeah, dude! that would have made me laugh.
I have holes in my boxers, and I pulled them up tight, and it looked like a vagina.
Dude, I've got holes in my
I
boxers
was
right
like,
now too.
I want to send a picture to Mitch and be like, "Hey, does my vagina look weird?"
But yeah, I kept on pulling my wiener out. Like my photographer Nate saw my wiener way too many times, so I apologize, Nate. I kissed him a bunch too. I hope he didn't feel.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Yeah, he's fine.
Yeah, he's great. He's a good
He's
dude.
fine.
He laughed and he kissed me too. I was about to say I think that he showed me his wiener. I think I was the only one pulling out my wiener.
There were so many wieners on tour. I don't
It was
remember.
ju-
They
it
were
was-
everywhere.
It was just mine.
Yeah, wieners are funny. I feel
Dude,
like
wieners, dude, dicks are funny.
dicks are. I mean, it started in comedy movies, maybe like fucking 15 years ago, where they just started showing full frontal naked dudes, and it was like
Bruno.
a joke. Yeah,
It was Bruno.
Bruno was funny. Bruno, that was like next level shit though. That shit is next level,
It's so
dude.
good though.
It is. He is a god. It's unreal.
He's so good, man.
It's unreal.
But yeah, dicks are hilarious, dude.
Even with like The Hangover, when what's that one little Asian
Mr.
dude?
Chow.
Yeah,
I think that's his name, and I hope
Yeah,
I'm not.
yeah.
Okay, I was about to say I hope I'm not sounding racist.
Yeah, Doctor, I think.
Dr.
Yeah,
Chow.
Dr.
Fuck,
Chow.
I'm racist.
No, I don't. He probably accepts that.
Okay,
you know?
cool. So we're good.
He's probably a big listener for the show.
Yeah, he's a big fan actually.
Yeah. he's probably listening. But when he jumped out of that car naked, that was like a fucking next level joke too.
Yeah, man. It's because wieners are funny, dude. Tits are great. Everyone loves tits, but like no one looks at a tits and laughs.
Yeah.
You look at dicks and laugh.
Unless
Yeah.
it has like googly eyes for nipples.
Oh yeah, that'd be good.
That's
Or if
funny.
it's like a third tit. You remember Kung Pao?
no, yeah.
I remember
Yeah.
the first pair of tits I saw in a movie were Fifth Element.
I ain't seen that one. Can you
Oh,
pull
yeah,
those
she
tits
has a
up, Kyle?
third tit. Yep.
Can you
Oh.
pull them tits up?
Yeah, these well, and I thought was young enough to where I thought it was real. Where I was like, oh my god, this is the
Wait, they're fake tits?
yeah. One of them is, I'm sure.
What? Oh, it was like animated or like surgery?
Check it out. The fifth element, not the Fifth Element. No, is it the Fifth Element? No, Total Recall.
Total Recall tits.
I'm
Look that up.
mixing up my sci-fi movies.
And then after that, look up Kung Pao 3-tit lady. Have you seen
no,
that movie?
one she has just one extra nipple.
What, Kung Pao?
Yeah.
No. You're
No.
thinking of something else. Oh, no. Kung Pao, she has just, it's either one tit?
Oh no, Mallrats she has 3 nipples. Mallrats he goes in. Oh yeah, here you go.
All right, let's see. Oh! Oh! That's wild. What was the reason at Total Recall? Is this an action movie?
She was like causing a distraction. Yeah, it's
That
an
would
action-
distract everything, actually.
You've never seen Total Recall?
It's like a time travel.
Arnold Schwarzenegger goes
cop
to
movie.
Mars. Yeah,
He goes to Mars?
yeah. It's an Arnold movie, dude.
Oh, I love it.
It's so
and then,
good.
can you look up Kung Pao? I thought it was 3-tit lady, but I think it's just the one boob. So these are instances where boobs can be funny.
Dude, where's my car? But
That
they don't
one-
have anything
That
in
one
it.
wasn't even a comedy scene though. Like,
yeah,
that
okay,
was-
but it did make me laugh. I Like, if he just pulled up a nice pair of tits, I wouldn't laugh. I'd be like, oh, nice. But like that, with 3 tits, that's hilarious.
I am
That's
giggling
funny.
way too hard at the 3 tits.
Yeah, it's funny, dude.
It was funny.
And
It's
then pull up
funny
the
out
Kung
of
Pao.
context for sure. In context, back when I was 8 and I saw that movie, I was
Dude, what'd you
like,
think when you were 8? Those are the first tits.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
trying
a
to think the
single.
first-
It's a single tit.
Okay,
in,
yeah,
Kung
let us
Pao.
see.
Yeah.
just
I'm trying
one
to think.
boob?
I'm trying to think the first pair of tits I ever saw, man.
The Mallrats.
Oh, yeah, that lady.
Uniboob.
Yeah, you know, I do
Uniboob.
remember that now.
You know, it's crazy. You ever watch that movie? You ever watch that movie?
Yeah.
Also, dude, it's so funny. It holds up too, man. Me and my girlfriend, we watched that not too long ago.
It's
And
like
we're
one of
dying
those-
laughing.
Yeah, it's one of those movies that like it stands alone.
Yeah.
You know, like there's nothing really else like it.
Well, you know what's funny is they actually took a lot of those scenes are from old, like one old movie, and they just added this white guy on a green screen, and literally like this is an old Japanese movie, and they just added the guy, and made an entire movie out of it, which is absolutely fucking insane to be able to do. Even today, to say we're gonna take one actor and to turn it into a whole movie just behind a green screen.
Dude, I mean MXC was next level shit. And there was no green screen involved. They just dubbed over a already made game show.
I don't reckon I've seen that. Kyle, could you pass
Most-
that vape to me?
yeah.
bud?
Most Extreme Elimination. It's
Oh,
the
man.
Japanese game show where they dubbed over. It's so good. It's so good.
One of the reasons I made Kung Pao so funny was just the off dub.
Yeah. That
The dub that they do is hilarious. Well, we'll probably have to cut it out if we play more than 15 seconds. But I can play it if you
Yeah,
want me
play a
to.
bit. Just mark it down that I need to
Yeah,
cut this
yeah,
section
well.
out.
Guy Ledouche, dude.
La douche.
Oh yeah, he's a
But yeah, 15 seconds is what it is. After that, I got to cut.
Yeah, after that you got to cut.
All right, I'll let the audience listen to it for a couple of seconds.
Let me turn it up here.
You never watched Most Extreme
get to the
Elimination? Dude, I used to smoke so much hash. Oh, that's yeah.
Here we go.
That's not good, all right? All right, let's just get started. Lead the cheer, Kenny.
Let's get started!
Yes, Guy Ledouche here. I will be on the field of battle to officiate the long-standing rivalry between the cartoon voice actors and the American meat handlers.
Wait, pause.
Last year's
Pause.
melee.
Pause.
That was
Wait,
fair.
did they actually? Is this a real dub, or are they just taking an actual show and then adding voices over it to be funny?
So this game show is called like Taziki's Magic Castle Invasion or something like that.
Yeah.
And it was made way back in the day. And then 3 guys or whatever took this and dubbed over it completely and made their own edits. So they had to make their own storylines where it was like the business workers against the package handlers.
And it's completely made up.
Yeah,
And they're just dubbing
fits
it over.
very well.
That is
They
so funny.
Honestly, as a piece of content, it fucking crushes. It's
That's so funny.
Like, and so recently, I don't know if it's on Hulu or Amazon Prime, they brought back the original Japanese game show and are like doing it in honor. So, yeah, you can check it out online. The new version, but it hasn't been around long enough now for someone else to dub over it and cut their own.
Hell yeah. That's fucking
But-
hilarious, man.
So they do different challenges. One's like sinkers or floaters where there's a bunch of stones on there. Some of them sink and some of them will hold you. And people just eat shit. So it's like the original Wipeout. Because it's not built for you to succeed. Like all the obstacle courses are painful and brutal to watch.
Hell yeah.
Like,
I can get
there's-
down with that.
Yeah.
I've been seeing stuff like that, kind of like a Wipeout with skateboarders lately.
Oh, yeah.
Like on Instagram. It's like
Yeah,
this guy having to like grind like on this insane rail that no one's been able to finish.
Yeah, that's like a Japanese game show too, where they
Fuck
bring
yeah.
in a bunch of skaters. I've been just watching them on YouTube.
And shout out the Japanese, man. Y'all killing it out there in Benners, man. And we're just copying y'all's flow.
Dude, yeah, that skateboard game show is sick.
Yeah, I think the Japanese people came up with "Is It Cake" first too.
So Japanese
Oh,
rule,
yeah.
dude.
Is
Yeah.
It Cake, the amazing game show that I've never watched?
It's
this-
barely catching on here.
Within the next year, I will be going to Japan.
Nice.
I'm going.
It fucking seems fun. Have you? There's a travel channel I watch by a comic. It's called Wide World, and they did Japan. They did Tokyo. It was tight,
I want to go there and snowboard, man.
dude. the
I was on
amount
a-
of snow they get is unreal.
Yeah, I was on a ski lift with a professional snowboarder from Japan.
Yeah.
And she was just here training, but I was just asking her what she thought about the States. She's like, she said she loved the States, but she was like, as far as like snowboarding goes, she said Japan like rules.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, I want to go. I've just been always obsessed with like Japanese culture, food, and all that stuff, man.
Yeah. It it does seem very.
Are they in
fucking
glass?
fun.
Oh, it's cake.
Oh,
That's
is it
ridiculous.
cake?
Kyle,
Yeah.
can you throw me that vape, dude?
Yeah.
God damn.
Yeah, anytime they lose, they get that air cannon blasted in the face too. It's hilarious.
Dude, you can blast in my face.
Is it
That didn't charge for a single second.
Oh, what?
Fuck
You
you.
want some-
Yeah.
want some icy blast? That one will give you like a brain freeze. It's brutal.
Dude, how long you been a stand-up comedian?
6 years now, 7 years now, maybe. I stopped keeping track just because I feel like I should be further in my career than I am, but
It's a tough way. It's a tough.
it's also a weird one where it's just
I try to look at it with like in the same lens as music, and it's kind of fucking impossible. So like, say like you're a producer and you're in your bedroom and you write a sick tune and you
Yeah.
put it out on SoundCloud and it catches off and people want to start booking you places. I feel like you can't do that with comedy the same way.
It's a lot more, I think, grinding of like posting Instagram reels or TikTok or whatever it is, and getting like that. It's the worst part. Like, I hate social media.
Dude, I mean, it's the same thing in music. You still got to do
Yeah.
that whole thing.
For sure. I hate the whole social media game where it's selling yourself of like, yo, put me on, I don't know. And some of it's, I guess, who you know or who is willing to take a chance on you.
Yeah.
Because comedy especially, is one of those weird ones where you're like, are they going to be funny here and now?
Yeah.
But
And it's hard to, I feel like with like having like a song go viral, all right, you can go do like a 100 cap room, 200 cap room in like Indiana or something like that. It's like, all right, you have a clip go viral with a joke or something like that. I don't know, because I feel like with maybe it is kind of similar. Maybe I'm making it way more different than it needs to be.
no, because I think even I feel like going viral with a joke or whatever it is isn't really anything, now where people look back on an Instagram, and if this person's been killing for whatever 12 years, then they're going to be more interested than just whatever one clip they came across.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like it's maybe, I don't know, more grinding, or I guess more of putting into the scene or seen by your peers. There's so many different angles to it too.
Yeah. I tell you what, man. I mean, just like, my little part of like grinding out as a comedian definitely like made me respect the art and grind of it being a comedian, right? Because like I guess I hate that I'm doing this, but like I kind of look at it in the lens of music in a weird way, where like, all right, so with music you can't go do a couple gigs, couple spots in a night. Maybe you can if you're a singer or a
Yeah.
guitar player, you just plug in, plug out. But I was a drummer.
Yeah.
Couldn't go really do that. But like you go to open mics as a comic, waiting for, you wait all night for 5 minutes,
Yeah.
and then that's it. Where it's like, I don't know, with music, I feel like something happens, and you're like, all right, cool, you got an hour opening up this set, which
For
is
sure.
a lot easier to do than comedy. But like,
Yeah.
it definitely made me respect the grind of a comedian so much more.
It is, like I said, it's a weird art form, but yeah, I don't know. There's so many angles to it, and yeah, crushing ultimately just doing it for yourself. I guess crushing at an open mic and crushing at a show should hopefully be a similar feeling. I mean,
Yeah.
you hold one to a higher standard, but like I just crushed at a mic last night and had a blast. But like the thoughts before it were fucking, is this gonna work? What is gonna happen? Why? Yeah,
How many spots are you doing a week?
A week. I've been cutting back. There's a few that I just don't go to. Also, my vehicle's been giving me problems, but I'd say I get up 5 or 6 times a week.
That's nuts, man. You ever thought about hitting the road? Like,
I recently did some shows in Idaho.
that's where you're from.
Yeah, that's where I'm from. But that was like down south. I'm from North Idaho. And it was just like offered to me. So I've done some road gigs recently in the past here. But that's like its own amount of work in itself.
Hey, touring's a bitch, man.
Yeah, where you just emailing people endlessly where, hey, can I just come talk to a microphone for you guys? Yeah, I mean, that's the equivalency of it.
What's the weirdest place you've done comedy at?
I remember one time I was doing comedy and I was on like a bike tour and I was raising money for a fundraiser and I was offered this brewery anniversary show. They had like other entertainment going on and they offered me a spot to do comedy. And so I fucking went out. It showed up and it was in a parking lot. It was just like an outdoor event.
It's just like Warped Tour.
Right before like this famous country musician's about to play, and I just go up there and I bombed so hard that not a single person even donated to the fucking fundraiser that I had going on. So it was like it's such a different feeling. Bombing's one thing, whatever, like that's fine, but bombing and like not even getting a fucking penny for whatever it was that you're trying to be good for. But that was a different feeling of a bomb for sure.
Dude, I'll tell you one thing, man. So I've had experience in bombing in both industries.
Yeah.
And I will say bombing in music's definitely worse.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I do think it's definitely worse.
Okay. I guess there is I mean, that's also just being, I think, present and being aware.
Yeah.
Because there's probably plenty of musicians that will play through a bad night being like, yeah, I had fun. I mean, I played what I came to play, and that's it.
Well, that's fine, too. Like, I've
But
had
to,
nights like that, but like a bomb where it's
Yeah.
like the set's over and like you just hear one guy go, boo. No one clapped.
Yeah.
It's just one guy going, boo, dude. It's my old band. We were doing this fundraiser. Wow. It's another fundraiser.
That's the worst feeling.
It was a lot of bands going up to do this fundraiser, and everyone's drawing straws. Who goes first? And I was playing in a cover band, and the worst part about it is that it wasn't even our own fucking songs.
Yeah.
Austin,
I know
it wasn't even our own fucking songs. And we played this song 100 times, and we did fine. We've always done fine. And then there was the last song, and we couldn't remember where we were. No one in the band remembered where we were in the song, and we all started playing different parts. It all got messed up. It just sucked. And then we just said stop, and we're on a time limit. We have to get off. There's other bands later. And then there's the one guy in the black clapping, and then he goes, boo, y'all fucking suck. That was easily the most embarrassing moment of my entire life.
The only clap and the only boo.
Yeah.
That is awesome.
Yeah, so yeah, that was rough. Can you remember your worst bomb?
That one definitely is up there. I feel like I haven't taken I feel like the bigger bombs are the bigger opportunities, you know, where like comics always have like, oh, I did this 1,000-person room and ate shit for fucking 20 minutes. Mm-hmm. But I mean, I think being comfortable bombing is a part of the art form in itself.
It's just something you gotta accept, you know?
Yeah, bombing gracefully of
Yeah.
like, okay, right, that didn't work, on to the next thing. And like I said, every room's different where sometimes they don't even want jokes. Sometimes they don't want setup or punchline. Sometimes they just want fucking to be included, you know, or made fun of, or someone needs to be called out, or whatever it is, you know. So many different ways. But, yeah, biggest bomb. I don't know. I'm trying to think. I like to take pride in not bombing.
Amen. Amen. I like that attitude. You don't even have to think anymore. That's the attitude I like, to be honest.
But also, I think bombing where it's supposed to happen is also a big part of it.
Yeah.
Like so many comics put like I don't know, even mics. You're like, you're supposed to be bombing here. Like this
Right.
is where you're supposed to
This
be.
is
doing
literally where you go to find out if it's funny
Yeah.
or not, and if it's not, you just bomb.
it. Yeah, and then you're given hopefully an opportunity where you don't make that same choice of words or whatever it is. but I don't know. Yeah.
With you being a stand-up comedian and also being the commissioner of the Denver Roast Battle, do you ever like feel like you're the roast guy, or like do you have to have like, is there like a self pressure that you put on yourself to like, all right, I got to be fucking really good at roasting?
Luckily enough, there's been other, like I've only had a few battles, like actually, because I mostly just host the show, but I do feel like there's somewhat pigeonholed into like this is the roast guy, or this is a roast guy. But I mean, if anything, I like to play with the audience, and I'll talk shit if it needs to be.
And you're good at it, man. I don't know, they're like, this is the roast guy. That's like the coolest thing you can be. I feel like
But
in the same
also-
way, it kind of rules.
But there's also other guys that are like in roast battle that are like better than me, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
Like by no means am I the best at insult. I mean, I like to. It's fun.
Who's the best Denver roaster?
Well, dude, there's a fucking couple kids that absolutely crush, and then there's some new ones that are on their way. But yeah, my core four when I first started were Evan Joe, Jake DePizza, Spaghetti Jake, and Adam Gillian.
All those motherfuckers are hilarious, man. Evan Joe killed me.
Yeah.
He buried me one night.
Yeah. And Evan
He
Joe,
buried me, dude. I tried so hard to bury him at the roast of Illegal Pete. I just sound like an asshole. So, Evan, if you're listening, I apologize, dude. You rule.
Yeah, he is one of those kids that once he finds some heat, he won't stop.
Oh, yeah. He buried me one night, man.
He's good at it. He's still like he's right now the roast battle Denver champion, but he hasn't put his title on the line in a while. So I think it's about due time he fucking puts that thing up.
What's the future of Roast Battle hold, man?
Roast battle, hopefully as roast battle as a whole, hopefully just continues to grow. Like I said, Pat's been working hard on making this worldwide roast battle league start. So if anything, just bigger, better audiences and shows where it's going to be more of like a sports league, I think, at some point.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Where like Denver's going to have its own team. I mean, they do.
Fuck the Chiefs, man.
Yeah. And Kansas City doesn't even have a roast battle league yet, so I can go look. No, they're not far. So
They're not far. They're probably heading up there, dude.
Yeah.
Kansas City, actually, the city itself fucking rules, and it's on the way up.
I've heard good things. I've never been myself.
Dude, I've watched it grown over the years. Honestly, if like one thing that's so crazy about sports teams is it actually makes a city thrive.
I've noticed that watching like even just old documentaries or shit. Like even what was the Chicago the
Bulls.
the Bulls.
The Bulls,
one?
yeah.
But what was that documentary?
That was Last Dance.
Last Dance.
Yeah,
Yeah.
or The Last Dance, I think it's what it's called.
That one was like what made me realize I'm like Chicago wasn't shit before they started winning championships, or at least you know what I mean.
Well, so think about it like this, man. So like say you have a sports team in your city and y'all are really good. You're so good that you get home field playoff advantage during the playoffs. That means every playoff game that happens rolls through your city.
Yeah,
So that
for
means
sure.
all these people traveling, all these people buying hotels, food, merchandise,
Boom.
X, Y, and Z, buying tickets to that stadium. Dude, that shit makes a city blow up in the
Yeah.
best way possible. It might be like the best tourism attraction you can have in a city is a good sports team.
Well, even dude, I remember when fucking Taylor Swift sold out the Empower Field for like 3 nights in a row.
It's insane.
And it literally changed like the economy in Denver.
Yep.
Where like people had to pay more because of one person being in town.
Dude, my buddy works at a hotel and he was like, they overbooked and we're having to like struggle to find other hotels for other people because it was booked out because of the Swifties.
That's insane.
So like that shit, like
The fact that you can literally cause a wave of economy in a city by just the poll is nuts.
just being a good sports team or
Yeah.
being a musician.
For sure.
Fucking Taylor Swift selling at that place.
Who was the DJ that sold out in
Millennium. He didn't sell it out, but I don't think he
Still,
did. But
yeah.
he sold like 60,000 tickets.
It looked like a fucking post-apocalyptic. I only saw the photos.
Kyle, can you look up how many tickets Millennium sold at
Is that the most?
Empower Field. Most tickets sold there.
Yeah. No. Or who holds the record for like biggest show?
Dance music show.
Yeah.
Millennium.
That's insane.
Millennium. I think Millennium. He's doing like he did this, and then he did Allegiant Stadium in Vegas for 2 nights.
That's insane.
What is it? How many tickets?
It
he
says
sold?
Millennium sold more than 40,000 tickets at Empower Field at Mile High, Denver. This was a significant increase from his previous shows, which were
played
held
the
at the
Black
Bluebird
Box.
Theater. Which
You
was
said
a
the
capacity
blue.
of
You said the
500.
Bluebird.
Bluebird for 500.
He went from the blue. No, he did some Red Rock shows before that.
Yeah.
Okay.
But there, you know, all things considering, like this guy went from a 500 capacity room
to
to a 40,000.
That's insane.
That would be funny if that was his previous show, Bluebird.
Yeah.
I
Wow.
played Black Box last time I was here for 80 people. Like, that's insane.
That's nuts, man.
But 40,000 people there to fucking. I watched. I went to Fred again,
yeah.
who was like. I mean, I wasn't too familiar, but I was given a free ticket, and it was fun as shit.
Yeah, Fred again rules, man.
Yeah, he crushed.
Where was that at?
That was at a ball.
Ball Arena? Mm-hmm. What?
I saw him there, and I think there was just like I feel like he didn't maybe sell all the tickets because they were just like giving them out for people at the end of it. But yeah, there was one point where him and this other DJ were both just on these like small little platforms in the middle of the room, and like surrounded. There was one point he was playing piano on the other end.
Ball Arena. How many people's Ball Arena? Like
That one's got
16,000?
maybe 20.
20? That's insane. I
Yeah,
saw Kid
21,000.
I saw Kid Cudi there, and that's for like a whole game. Now they're gonna have that whole back section off for a
'Cause
stage.
I saw Usher there too.
Ooh,
Dude,
God, was that awesome?
I was aroused the whole time.
Yeah, you were fucking wet.
Dude, well, and I was literally driving to an open mic, and my friend Kelsey, who had been excited about these tickets for like months, she had talked about it. I was like, oh, I'm going to see Usher. She calls me. I was like, hey, I can't go to this show. I need you to go. And I'm like, I'll go to Usher. I'm the only dude in the section that I was sitting in all by myself.
Hell yeah.
These like 2 older black ladies was sat right next to me, kept trying to give me their like bra vodka.
Let's go.
I was like, I'm good.
I'm a recovering alcoholic. I'm fine.
But Usher, dude, there was like one point, and this was like, I think one of his last shows, because then there was like rumors that it wasn't even him up there, because there was the whole Diddy stuff.
Oh.
But this was, I think I squeezed it in to see.
Hell yeah, dude. If you want to talk about beating allegations, dude, I saw R. Kelly. I saw R. Kelly, dude, in Jackson, Mississippi Coliseum. I went by myself. I bought tickets by myself.
Yeah.
I was the only.
This was after?
No, this was before.
Before. Okay.
So that's why I said beating the allegations.
Yeah, for sure.
I was there before it was frowned upon. So like I was the only white guy. And dude, when I be honest with you, when I tell you that I've changed, man, but like growing up, dude, R. Kelly was like number one for me. And so like I knew every word to every song. So, and I had floor tickets. So I'm like on the floor of the Jackson Mississippi State Coliseum dancing, and there's all these fucking all these black girls around me, and they're getting more hyped about the show because they see how hyped I am. So they're just chanting, "Go white boy, go white boy." And it was so awesome, dude.
Yeah.
It was like the best time.
Yeah, moment of your life.
Yeah, dude. So you beat the allegations too. I hadn't seen Usher and the Diddy stuff. Kyle, can you look up if there's any Usher Diddy things?
I just remember I saw an article where there was like they were saying that it wasn't Usher performing the rest of his tour because he went into hiding, but that was just the internet being.
Oh yeah, that's the internet, dude.
Yeah, so I'm not even
that's
sure.
just probably fake news.
But
yeah, I don't see anything solid here.
Yeah.
I mean, I felt like there was like one point where he was just like walking around. There was like the DJ that was playing for him was like set up as if it was like a bar, and so all these like ladies got to like hang around the bar. And there was like one point where he was just walking around as DJ and just feeding women cherries off of a stem. And these women were going insane,
And they were
for it.
spitting the pits as far as they could as a contest.
Dude, R. Kelly took his shirt off and like put it in this girl's mouth. And she was about it the whole time. She's just gagging and like rubbing on him. I was like, it's crazy.
Yeah, there was like one point at the Usher show too where like he had this 2 stages, like there was one up above them.
Yeah.
And it was like a glass window. So like the one below it kept like opening up, but the one up top just went to like a silhouette at one point, and it was just two people full on fucking. Where I was like, "This is so erotic." Like, yeah,
That's wild, dude.
They were doing a dance.
Did you get
and, like,
laid that night?
No.
I feel like you had to.
They all definitely thought I was gay or something of the sort. Or they were like, "There's no way a straight white dude is gonna come to Usher's show by himself."
I did that for R. Kelly, man. I was the straight, lonely white guy at an R.
Yeah.
Kelly concert. And I
Usher-
knew I was the only white guy because I was on the floor level. And the Jackson, Mississippi State Coliseum only holds like maybe 10,000 people.
Yeah.
So you can look around, and while the lights are on, you're like, yep, it's just me.
Yeah.
And then a lot of people are looking at me. Like, so I know it's just me.
There's a spotlight now.
Stuck out like a glow stick.
Yeah, dude, I really stood out.
Dude, I saw all sorts of music this last summer that was bands that I did not think I would see. And it was just because I was like given a bunch of free tickets, and like I saw Third Eye Blind, dude.
Oh, hell yeah.
And fucking Yellow Card. I never thought singing along to Jumper with 8,000 people would make me cry so fucking hard, bro.
Just a song about suicide.
And dude, yeah, you don't even think like you're like whatever. Third Eye Blind, they've got a couple of the bangers. Those guys actually fucking kicked ass. I saw Hootie and the Blowfish, dude. Darius Rucker.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, you're thinking.
I saw Hootie and the Blowfish at Warped Tour one year.
Why were they at Warped Tour?
I don't know. I think it's the last year they did Warped Tour.
They're bringing it back.
Yeah,
This
they
year
are.
or this
They
next
are,
year.
but for like $300, which I get it because everywhere's doing that. Because it was hard to have Warped Tour because it was like $35-$40.
Yeah.
And you get all these bands, but then it was just like, all right, people are starting music festivals with all these bands in one day, and it's $300.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I was 12, 13 going to Warped Tour. We had the Gorge. You've played, yeah?
Oh, and in Washington? Yeah, I played there.
That was our main. I
Wow,
saw.
to see Warped Tour there?
Oh, dude, they allowed camping the first few years I went, and it was unstable. Like fucking, dude.
Unstable. I thought you were going to say unbelievable.
No, it was fucking not. It was out of control. It was just a bunch of fucking teenagers getting blacked out drunk in a campsite.
Hell yeah.
I mean, there was literally one point we called it like the party train, but it was just a moving fucking mosh pit where people are handing around whiskey bottles and bongs and shit.
Wow.
And I was fucking not of age to be.
Oh, yeah, dude. I will say majority of Warped Tour, when I went, was like, kids in their teens.
Underage drinking.
Yeah. I mean, I wasn't drinking or anything,
Yeah.
but like, I just know like the crowd that's there is mostly like teenagers.
Yeah, we had the Gorge. I saw White
That's
Stripes.
crazy to see Warped Tour. at the
Well, there was like
Gorge.
probably 4 or 5 stages set up too, or at least 3 or 4.
Was it right over there by the canyon, like how they do Bass Canyon?
Yeah.
Kyle, can you look up a picture of Bass Canyon from like the crowd's perspective to see the main stage?
Yeah, like
Just
I've
'cause-
seen I saw like the Vandals there. I saw on that main stage. I saw No Effects multiple times. I've seen Bad Religion fucking preach on that stage.
Preach.
Well, that's what he looks like when he's singing, as preacher.
Oh, that's awesome.
But yeah,
So that's it right there, dude. I played that stage, man.
yeah. I've seen White Stripes on that stage.
I played that stage. Oh, that's a terrible photo, Kyle.
Zoomed out. Yeah, the river. So there's there's a campsite called Feathers. Like,
Come on, Kyle.
like
There you go.
I don't know, 15 minutes up the road. That's super badass. If anybody's ever in the area.
I should go there more. I mean, I played that festival 3 times, and I always did the Hilltop. The last time I played it was at that main stage right there, and it was
That's
just a
sick.
dream come true, man.
Yeah. So yeah, that
It's a dream come true.
dude.
So blessed. I mean, right there, that's just God in picture, brother.
yeah, that.
I mean, when else would you want to be?
yeah, I saw Joan Jett on that stage one Warped Tour.
Wow.
I saw I don't know.
See, I had to go to the Warped Tour in Atlanta, and so it was just in a parking lot gravel, and except for one stage that was in an amphitheater. But then I went to like the one in Houston that was literally just in a parking lot. Every single one was just on gravel. So there was like a mosh pit, and if you fell down, your skin's getting burnt. No, your skin's getting burnt because you're in the middle of Houston in the middle of summer. Like, that's beautiful, man.
Yeah,
like
that's-
to be able to do something like that. Shout out Warped Tour. I know Millennium does this festival there. No Excision does this festival there. To be able to do a show there, what a fucking
That
what a
honestly,
blessing that is.
I never knew. I never
blessing.
knew it was it was such a rad venue until I moved here, you know. But also, you hear about like when you're there, Red Rocks and all these venues.
No, this venue beats Red Rocks, which I hate to say it, but like Red Rocks rules. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But like with Red Rocks, there's a lot of restrictions on what you can do. There's not at the Gorge
for sure,
because there's no one around it.
That's the thing is you're out there. The closest thing is that fucking gas station on the highway, and that's like a good 10 miles out.
Yeah, I mean, you have to fly in. All the DJs, when you play Bass Canyon, you have to fly into Seattle. And it's a 3-hour drive.
Yeah, it's like probably the same from Spokane.
Yeah.
As if you were to fly into Spokane, it's like another probably 4-hour drive.
Yeah, people were doing that too, but yeah, just a 3-hour drive to get to a festival.
Yeah.
But it's worth it, man. When you get there, you're like, holy hell.
Yeah, that like I said, I've seen some rad shows at the Gorge.
That's crazy, man.
But I guess like I said, back home, you didn't really think it was. You took it for granted, you know.
Yeah, when I see it, where I came from with shows, I mean, we were at like by railroad tracks.
Yeah.
On a barn. So like this shit, Red Rocks, Denver's so spoiled, man. They have the #1 live outdoor and indoor venue in the country.
What's the new one going down by Colorado Springs?
Red Rocks 2.
Yeah, Red Rocks 2.
I think it is what it's called. Kyle, can you look this up? We talked about this in the pod, but what are they naming it?
Red
Rocks 2 Electric Boogaloo.
No way, really? Dude, that was sick, actually.
Dude, good shit, Kyle.
That is funny.
That was good timing.
But Red Rocks 2, well, and isn't like there's a word that Empower Field's supposed to be moving out by Dick's and stuff?
Whoa, I haven't heard anything about this.
Yeah, I heard they're building a new stadium.
Why? The stadium they have is not bad.
I know. Well, I thought it was cool. I got to go to a fucking Monday night football game this year where they played against Cleveland. It was.
Oh, dude, I was in the casino. I was in Reno.
Yeah.
On a day off, and we was in there, and I was teaching my bus. All the people on my bus had to bet on sports because I'm a degenerate gambler on sports, and I've actually been killing it lately.
Gonna say,
to be honest.
Sunset Amphitheater.
Sunset Amphitheater.
Fuck yeah.
It's gonna be like okay.
It was Red Rock South there for the longest time.
What's the cap
it's already
on
done?
it?
No. 8,000.
It's 2026, right?
It's slated for 2026, but no hard deadlines.
Cool. Well, I hope they took their time. Man. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's
super blessed to be alive, man, out here in Colorado.
I don't think I would have gone to any EDM shows if it wasn't for hanging out with you.
You think so?
I mean, yeah, really. Unless it was offered to me, like, hey, I got this extra ticket, like, you want to go fucking hang out? But like, the last show that I like paid for or at least like went to go to was like Bouncing Souls, which is like very punk rock.
Oh, I paid to go see the Ghost Inside.
Yeah.
And Paleface Swiss, dude.
That's
some
sick.
metal fucking bands, dude.
I'm
Paleface
down.
Swiss. I'm a big Ghost Inside fan, but
I got to see Guar not long ago.
hell yeah,
Dude.
man. I saw them at Warped Tour.
Dude, Guar's one of the bands that I've seen more than any other. Every fucking November they would show up in Spokane and you were like, well, I fucking gotta go. I've seen them probably fucking 10 times now.
Hell yeah.
But Guar, they were played at Summit, which is a badass venue for them because it's super small and they can spray the whole fucking place.
You want to talk about spraying, man? I want to go fucking to an ICP show.
Yeah, dude, if
That's what it's going to look like?
Yeah, and it looks like they have their first show booked August 9th this year.
Whoa.
This year?
This year, yeah.
Whoa, it's not even done.
Who is it?
One Republic.
I don't even
No
know.
fucking way. What's that one? Is it just another Imagine Dragons band? Or is it just another Mag Drag?
Mom Jean music.
Dude, it's not even Mom G music anymore. It's just Mag Drag.
Do you think you would ever get to play The Gathering?
So I would love to. I had Josh from Yeah Me Too. He was part of Flosstradamus. They were the first electronic act to ever play The Gathering, and he told me some stories on this podcast about it.
That's sick.
And it didn't sound like the best time, but I felt like I'd do it just to go experience.
Yeah.
$90 million concert venue. Wow. Wow. Wait, so what's that One Republic song? I can't name one of their songs.
I have Fire, Nobody, Good Life, Counting Stars, I Don't Want to Wait, Apologize.
I don't want to wait.
Oh, it's too late to apologize. Okay, that's who it is.
Wait, is it? I don't want to wait. That song
For
by.
my life to be. That's not Imagine.
No.
That's not Imagine Dragons. That's not Imagine Dragons, dude.
That's the first thing that went to my head. I don't want to wait for our life to be over.
That was on a TV. Yeah, there we go. Dawson's Creek.
dude.
Oh hell yeah, dude! I wasn't gay, so I never watched it.
All right, R. Kelly fan over here.
Touche, man.
Dark, dude. Dawson's Creek. Dawson's Creek was the fucking worst because it would only play like during the day, so you'd like call like you get to like stay home sick from school or something. You'd be like, "What the fuck is this bullshit?"
Yeah, and
My
then Seventh Heaven right after that.
my sister used to watch it. She's a little older than me. I think both you guys are a little older than me though, so that makes a little bit of sense.
52,
33.
33. How old are you, Austin?
35.
35. Yeah, I'm 29, so that makes a little sense. Y'all are gay.
You're 1 year away from not being good enough for
Anything.
Oh, I forgot his name. The actor in Titanic.
Leonardo DiCaprio.
Yeah. You're
Dude,
1 year away from not being good enough
Bro,
for Leo.
I think you're shooting way over. I think he's actually into him a lot younger than that. And this is allegedly. This is allegedly.
I haven't done any Leonardo research lately.
Yeah, Cal, can you look up some Leonardo beef real quick?
Leonardo, dude.
Yeah, does
Basketball Diaries. What was that other one?
he Basketball Diaries?
That was like one we did way back in the day.
What are you talking about?
Leonardo.
He did Basketball Diaries?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
And he was fucking underage girls then?
Well, he was like an underage. He was like an underage religious basketball player who did drugs and was addicted to alcohol.
Is that a movie?
Yeah.
That sounds like a great
No,
concept, actually. That's
You've never seen Basketball Diaries?
No, and I love basketball. I literally played it yesterday morning.
Oh, dude, Basketball Diaries is like the drama.
Oh, it's a TV show?
No, it's a movie.
I'm out of touch, man. Cal, pull something up for me. I'm getting
Basketball
lost.
Diaries.
Anything would work.
What? Yeah.
This one here.
The
Basketball.
1995.
And I did realize, and we got to figure out how to do this, Cal, because
See, look.
I
at
have
him.
had some people in the YouTube comments who are upset that we don't show on camera what we're looking at. So maybe that's something that we need to figure out at some point.
Yeah.
How to share the screen.
Yeah, I can set it up. We'll just have to connect.
Even if you put another TV here.
We'll have a Talks with Taboo sign.
Oh, yeah,
Neon
that's
sign,
fine.
but we haven't put it up because we cannot figure out how the fuck to put it up.
We
Yeah.
can. We just
Yeah,
we
but
just
that's
have
good.
not.
we're just nervous about the way it'll go.
We're really nervous about it. We're really nervous about it. But yeah, Lindsay got me a fucking.
I did see that.
She got me a
Looks
Talks
sick.
with Taboo sign for Christmas, which I'm pretty pumped. But it's February and I haven't put it up,
Yeah.
so I'm failing.
You gotta
Anyway,
you gotta watch Talks with Diary.
Talks with Taboo.
No, bad.
Talks with Leonardo
Yeah,
DiCaprio.
the Basketball Diaries. No,
All right, I gotta watch it, dude.
it's heavy.
But we're all over the place, man. This has been fun. We got a lot of fan questions. Well, we got a few fan questions, some good ones at least, and I wanted to get to those.
Yeah. What did what were? I'm curious.
Well, before we got to them,
I know.
Yeah, let me tell you the questions before we listen to them real quick.
before we get to them, Kyle, do you have anything you wanted to ask Mr. Austin Langley?
Yeah, I actually I wrote down a couple.
And before you start, throw me my damn vape, please.
All right.
I said throw it, and I can you please? I apologize.
Mine died now too.
Yeah, people think I abuse Kyle on the internet. They think I abuse him.
Yeah, but he.
I'm gonna
enjoys
start
that
leaning
part.
into it.
Actually, the episode where you're like apologize or like you don't actually beat me, I think we didn't put that episode out, so that's why.
My favorite.
Good.
My favorite was when we were at Sonic Bloom and we were just like walking around during the day before the comedy show, and a random stranger was like, "Kyle, what's up? I love the podcast."
No,
Yeah, I'm standing right there.
And Mitch was like, "Fucking Kyle gets recognized, goddamn." I was like, "You fucking."
Yeah, everyone's walking up to Kyle like, dude, love the podcast. Like, it's his podcast.
he walked up to me and said, "Dude, I watch your podcast all the time." He said it was my podcast.
I love it, dude. I love it. I love that for you, buddy.
Take it.
It's so
Take
great.
it. But yeah, that was funny.
All right, so first question here. Kanye West, P. Diddy, the leader of North Korea. Which one would you rather be and why?
Ooh. I'd rather be the leader of North Korea.
That sounds like too much responsibility. I feel like I'm gonna be Kanye.
Oh yeah, Kanye would rule.
Like Kanye,
you just get your,
he
you
just
get
showed
your
up
wife.
at the,
you get your wife to show up naked everywhere.
He just showed up, but like, yeah, he said some crazy shit and he's done some insane stuff, but he's still.
It's part of his genius.
He's still allowed round. He's still allowed round. You know, both of those other people. You can't just like walk to the Grammys.
That's true. Yeah, you couldn't bring Diddy or Kim Jong Un to the Grammys, but Kanye West is there with open arms, kind of. Yeah.
Well, he showed up uninvited.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Yeah, so I don't even think
that's hilarious.
So like that's also a boss ass move.
Can you look that up? Can you fact check this?
I'm pretty sure. Yeah,
she showed up naked, and there's a photo of.
But I'm pretty sure he showed up unannounced or uninvited.
And she's always naked. I feel like I've seen.
So she's wearing a sheen
and you're showing us a censored version. You can see her actual nipples and pussy.
Well,
I'm serious.
Back out.
Yeah, yeah. If you go to Twitter, it's on there for sure.
But like I said, I don't think he was invited, which is funny to be like.
I'll look that up.
Yeah, because if he wasn't, that's even funnier. And the fact that you're like so popular that you can just show up uninvited and they have to let you in. You know what I mean? They're like, oh fuck, Kanye.
No, like that's the thing is he probably got like put on to the carpet and like taken photos of before anybody was like even able to be like, hey, you're not supposed to be here. Like what? Who's gonna check invites for Kanye West?
No one. Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Are you gonna be the guy to say, "Hey, excuse me,
hey, you're not on the list.
I'm not seeing Ye on here, buddy. I apologize."
She was asked to leave too. Like,
she was.
Yeah, she was asked to leave. They're like, "You're good, Kanye."
She showed him naked.
Well, yeah. I mean,
and there was kids there. That's fucked up.
Yeah, they were not invited.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, that's pretty funny.
That's
What
hilarious.
If, imagine if Diddy tried to show up to the Grammy.
They would down. He'd get kicked. He would get kicked out. Dude, if Kim Jong Un, like they'd
probably let him in. Just
yeah,
because.
probably they'd be like trying to be friendly.
Like I don't know what's gonna happen.
They got to start paying those doormen a lot more if they want to tell Kanye no.
But like even
or Kim Jong Un.
Yeah, or Kim Jong Un. Yeah.
People have been showing up to award shows and causing a ruckus. Lady Gaga, fucking Trey Parker and Matt Stone.
That was a long time ago.
That was way long ago.
Yeah, they still haven't been invited back to any red carpet events.
And they probably won't because they showed up triple and acid in dresses.
Yeah, and
which is pretty awesome.
Yeah, it's like punk rock.
That's like every other weekend for me, honestly.
That is. Yeah, look at you.
I'm gonna have to say Kanye.
Kanye, that's a good one, dude. I'd do it. Man, I just
Diddy's. That's more. That's yeah.
I don't know if I could be Kanye because I love my girlfriend so much. I wouldn't want anybody to see her magnificent tits.
Yeah, but I think both.
I shouldn't have added that adjectives before.
I feel like they both of them were into whatever it was.
Dude, I would be Kim Jong Un because I'd just be doing crazy shit.
You would be able to.
I know, dude. I'd be doing crazy shit.
Yeah.
Like I'd be putting like fucking Kool-Aid in like the water tanks. You know what I mean? Like that's how crazy I'd be. And I'd be like, now to tell everybody this is from your leader, and they'd say thank you. Yeah. That's wild, dude. The fact that they're like, this is our supreme leader. I about did it in an accent and I stopped, so I'm glad I stopped myself. So like,
it is an insane concept over there. I've heard it's decent living.
Really? That's propaganda, dude. That is propaganda. I watched a documentary on tour, and dude, this is a documentary that's on YouTube. It's insane. It's called The Mole.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna tell you about this documentary because I want the listeners to hear about this because it's kind of fucking insane. So there's this guy, and he goes to this production company. He says, "I want to make a documentary about the inside, about like the insides of North Korea." Yep, and he wasn't a CIA agent. He wasn't FBI. He wasn't intelligence. It's that guy. He was just had a camera, and he said, "I want to go do this." He recorded in North Korea for 11 years, to the point where he got so honored because North Korea is always trying to get businesses outside of North Korea because all the sanctions.
Yeah.
So like they don't have a whole lot of money.
Yeah.
And so he's out there like representing North Korea. He ends up doing such a jam up job. He gets like these medals in North Korea to where he goes to North Korea. He can walk around with a camera. He can do whatever he wants, and no one says anything because
They know
he's
him.
an honored member of
Yeah.
North Korea. He's doing the country a service. And so he's just out there recording all of the basically just corruption. Anyway, he ends up getting deep in the governments with North Korea, China, Africa, Syria, and like
insane.
he hires a guy to be an actor who's like, I own oil and I want to buy missiles I want to make missiles to kill Israel or whatever. And North Korea and China and Africa are all into fund this thing. That this is, like I said, they're not secret intelligence guys.
Yeah.
They're just actors and fucking journalists.
They just know.
And it's an 11-year thing. He ends up not telling his wife. He ends up losing his wife because of it, because he's been lying to her for 11 years, which is very sad to lose your wife. I think that's a tragedy. That's the saddest part of it all. It's not even the corruption. It's the, damn it, dude, he lost his wife. He had kids, I think. He might not have had kids, but he had a wife.
He went into it after he had wife and kids, or at least
I don't know
wife.
if he had kids, but yeah, dude, 11-year fucking undercover. It's called The Mole. It's called The Mole.
I'll check it out.
All right. It's good.
Yeah.
Sorry, I got so deep in that, but it's just
No,
insane.
That is it.
He's
Yeah.
a huge fan of this documentary.
Dude, we watched it on tour just one night after shows, and I was just like, this is the craziest shit. All the girls were up front, like, playing card games, and, like, me and some of the fellas in the back watching the documentary. They walked back there, I'm like, dude, you guys fucking... I can't believe this is real. We're fucking freaking out. I was like, this is the craziest shit I've ever seen. That's funny. Well... I got too deep in that.
I'll check it out. The Mole.
I'm sorry, I got so deep in that.
YouTube. YouTube has got some great free movies. Windy City Heat,
I ain't seen
the
that.
greatest comedy of all time.
What? Who? By who?
Dude, Windy City Heat. It's a giant prank on this man named Scary Perry, where they have tricked him into thinking that he is the lead role of a feature film called Windy City Heat, where he's an action star. It's got like Don Burez. It was produced by like Jimmy Kimmel and Adam Carell. Dude, it is the funniest fucking shit you could ever watch. It's on
Jimmy
YouTube.
Kimmel.
Oh, it's like the full. Yeah,
There's a
full-
whole
full
movie.
video.
I don't know. Let's check it out.
Dude,
Harry, Windy, Cindy. What'd you say?
Windy City Heat.
Got you.
It's one giant prank on a guy named Scary Perry. And
Okay.
I'll
and
leave it in the notes.
Every scene is just he's not gonna buy this. He's not gonna expect. I mean, the whole time too, they're like, oh, we're filming a behind the scenes documentary too, so there's gonna be a camera crew on at all times.
Oh, dude. So they really got their buddy.
Oh, dude, you just wait. It is so funny.
That's funny, man.
I'll watch The Mole. You gotta watch Windy City Heat. Shake on it.
I'm a man of my word, dude.
We'll start a new podcast next week called I Watched This Documentary. It'll be tight.
Well, Kyle, let's get to some fan questions, brother.
Yeah.
Unless you said at the beginning of the podcast you wanted to ask some things.
Oh, I was just joking.
Okay, cool.
Like I
Never
said,
mind. Don't worry
your
about it.
life's just much more interesting than mine.
It's actually pretty fucking boring. It gets cool on the weekends. I was in the studio from fucking 9 to 4.
You play audio clips of their question?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
I didn't know. I thought that was just like written in.
No.
I get to hear their voice.
Yeah, we're professionals.
You listen and it's just me.
So Kanye, it's just the same question. I'm like, what the hell?
All right, here we go.
All right, let's do it.
Yo, Taboo, it's Maddie from Montana. First off, you suck balls for not coming to Montana with the Daisy Dukes tour.
What up, Maddie?
Feel
Fuck
pissed
you.
about
I
that.
agree.
I love Maddie.
But that aside, here's a question for Kyle, Austin, and yourself. If you could be either a Saiyan in the Dragon Ball Z universe, a hero at My Hero Academy, or have all of Ed's powers from Full Metal Alchemist, which would you choose? Think about it. Let me know. Thanks. Bye.
Love you, Maddie. Listen, dude, I'm gonna be honest.
First
Go ahead.
off, you gotta breathe, dude. When you're talking, you gotta breathe. By the end of that, you were just out of breath and nervous. I appreciate it, but also why? And you're obviously jerking off thinking about Dragon Ball Z, fucking Hero Alchemy, whatever else.
Full Metal Jacket. What do you say? Full Metal Jacket? That's
Yeah, Full Metal Alchemist, not
I
Jacket.
say, I'm gonna be honest. The only one of those I know was Dragon Ball Z.
I know of them all, but I am only familiar with the Dragon Ball Z world.
All right, so let's change it up a bit then. So let's say
Arnold from Terminator.
We'll say Dragon Ball Z, Naruto, and fucking Harry Potter.
Naruto for the weebs out there. I'm so sorry he said that.
I know I said it weird. Naruto.
Well, I was gonna say,
apologize.
I feel like this is a question almost for Kyle.
Yeah,
We're just bombarding it like, I don't know about that.
yeah,
Kyle's like,
Kyle knows all these.
I'm familiar with all of what he asked.
All right, Kyle, which one would you
It
do?
would be Dragon Ball Z for sure.
Yeah, Super Saiyan would
Yeah.
be sick.
Limitless power, baby.
So, all right, let's change it up a little bit though. So, where we know. So, Naruto. God damn it, Naruto.
Yeah, I know of it, but I'm not like.
All right, what about cartoons? Are you into cartoons?
Yeah.
Yeah, like Ed, and Eddie. Or
Yeah.
Well, let's keep it to where it's like a mystical, maybe powerful world. So,
I
like
would
Dragon Ball
think-
Z would work. Harry Potter would work.
Okay.
I
What's
feel
another
like an
thing that would work?
Airbender would be pretty
Okay, so like
good.
Avatar.
man, yeah.
Well,
And I
fuck
am
yeah.
familiar with like superheroes, I guess.
Well, so let's
but-
keep it Avatar, Harry Potter, and Dragon Ball Z.
Well, Superman is really relatable to Dragon Ball Z. It's literally Japanese Dragon Ball Z. So
Yeah.
Yeah, Dragon Ball Z
Does he train?
Kinda
Does
fucking
he
rules.
train at 0 gravity or below?
that's a good point.
times 500.
I guess he is on other planets and stuff.
Yeah, but Dragon Ball Z's cooler. I love Superman.
Dragon Ball Z's also been around for literally ever at this point.
Actually, you want to know something? I've been watching a lot of live PD and cops. A lot of meth heads, most of them are wearing some type of Superman merch.
Oh, yeah.
So if you like Superman, you're a piece of shit.
Yeah, you're obviously a drug addict.
Yeah, you're obviously
Well,
your parents didn't love you or raise you correctly. If you like Superman,
In my hometown, we had a guy. That would just like harass the local neighborhood kids because he thought he was entitled and was just a piece of shit. And then there was like all these rumors where like there's like ex-cop and he's on a witness protection program.
did he wear Superman?
Yeah.
yeah.
He wore
That's what I'm saying.
Superman, but they were like weird button-up shirts.
Yeah.
Like a nice shirt, but with Superman. Literally, his nickname was Fat Man Superman.
Yeah, he probably did meth and beat his wife.
Fat Man Superman.
Yeah, we also had one of those. We had a tweaker Spider-Man in our neighborhood that he would wear this fucked up, shitty, gross Spider-Man costume that was all like ripped and stuff, and we would be like, do a flip, and he would just do like the web slinging and stuff. Like he just
Yeah,
couldn't
that's
do a
Albuquerque
flip.
for you.
Yeah, that's,
But
let me try yours now. Mine died.
yeah, go ahead, buddy. But yeah, dude, I think if you like Superman, you're a fucking disappointment to society. Even though I'm pretty pumped about the new movie, I will say that.
What
Yeah.
fantastical worlds would you rather live in?
It's tough, man, because I've been
It's not even limited. Just whatever fantastical world that you like.
so
would
I've
be down to live in.
been rewatching Harry Potter this last week and a half.
Yeah.
And actually, dude, magical world, like the mystical world of Harry Potter and Hogwarts,
it is pretty
is
rad.
so cool.
I
haven't watched those movies in probably 10 years. I've been rewatching all of them. I'm like, these are so much fucking fun.
Have you watched Fantastical Beasts and Where to Find Them?
I haven't watched
Dude,
them.
that one's like another outside of Hogwarts type of wizard world. Where
Is
it's
it a good movie?
It's fun, yeah. I always like that shit just because
It's
I
like
mean,
a prequel, isn't it?
yeah, it's like I think it's set before all of
It
the
is.
school.
Yeah. And like, yeah, I love those type of movies where it makes a whole different world like that, like Avatar, like
Yeah.
Dragon Ball Z, like those type of things. But I think I'm going to go like a Harry Potter where there's like magic. You know
Magic
what I mean?
would be sick, but also it's just a normal world if you're not a wizard.
That's what but I would want to be a
You're
wizard.
just living in London at that point.
Yeah, right. Hey, mate, why the people flying on brooms?
Yeah, you're just a dirt bag.
Anybody see that dude vending for the mo?
You're just a dirt bag.
Yeah,
at
but
that
I'd hope I
point.
wouldn't be a fucking muggle.
We I won't get into it. Back home, yeah. Yeah, Harry Potter would be sick only if you were a wizard.
Well, yeah, that's what we're saying. You'd be a wizard, but being a Saiyan would be cool.
What are you gonna be like a DJ wizard though? Like fucking dragons coming out of your fucking system?
Dude, yeah, I don't have lasers. I
That'd be
have like
sick.
fire, Well, they have that actually already.
but still,
But I just have
fire blasting out of your speakers would be
actually
tight.
all the things they're doing in DJ sets now is magic. This past year at Lost Lands, they had a drone show.
I know. I literally
Fucking insane.
Yeah, even Red Rocks is like. There's been a couple shows I've been there where they were at least attempting a drone show.
It's insane.
But also that worries me that we're going to be taken over. When you see that many drones calculated and accurate by one person in a computer, you know what I mean? You're like, you could take over if there was weapons attached to that. You could take over
Oh yeah, Albuquerque.
Yeah.
Easily.
It's scary. Like all those videos of like the biggest drone show.
Did you see DJI stopped they have a program that stops their drones from flying into no-fly zones, and they remove that so people can literally fly drones into airspace now.
Oh, jeez.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Speaking of drones, I mean,
I know. Are you ready for the aliens to take over?
I don't know if it's aliens. Oh yeah, you didn't have that thing plugged in. I tried to say it earlier, but we were so deep in conversation I didn't even have a chance to even open my mouth or speak out in words. But yeah, aliens, brother.
Dude, I'm ready.
Yeah, I mean, in my lifetime, I just want like breaking news. We have made contact.
Well, what if it's like full on?
Metal jackets.
No, what if it's like
Kyle, can you take that from him?
Oh, yeah.
What if it's like full on Independence Day and we watch the White House get blown up?
Honestly, if Will Smith is still alive and he can save us, I'm cool with it.
Yeah.
But also, like, dude, if I died, like, think about like the way you die.
Yeah,
Right?
but
Do you want to die in a car accident, like overdosing on fentanyl, or you want to die like getting killed by a fucking alien out of a spacecraft? That's the coolest way to go, in my opinion.
but also I want to be around for a while to watch them work.
I honestly, if they show up tomorrow and kill me, I lived a good life and I'm happy.
Okay, but that's just happiness in general. You're not curious about what the aliens are gonna do.
Yeah, but like if they kill me in the process, like fuck it, dude.
What if they just turn you into some weird farming device where they
where they're fucking milking my dick for seed?
For the next 100 years, they somehow keep you alive.
Dude, if I'm just busting all day every day, it's actually not that bad. It's not too bad. I will be exhausted, but like they gotta have like some IV in me where it's just like other cum.
Yeah,
so where like I don't run out of cum, you know.
You would. They would probably milk you until they couldn't anymore, and then off you know.
I'm just a skeleton.
Just like no more.
I can't come anymore.
Get rid of this one. His prostate is shriveled up.
Dude, I literally like if that's how you die, that sounds like torture a little bit though.
Aliens? Like I said,
Like milking you to death.
Yeah.
That sounds
What
like-
about zombies?
honestly? So I grew up pretty redneck father.
Yeah.
Pretty redneck family. I feel like I'm way more capable to deal with zombies than most people. Also, my favorite show of all time is The Walking Dead.
Yeah.
And I have an entire bug out plan that I will not share on this podcast. I have a lot of guns, a lot of ammo, and I'm ready to roll troll. Honestly, it sounds like an open, like full-time open season. You know what I mean? It sounds like hunting season year round.
I do feel confident with a zombie apocalypse. Like that would be one I'm comfortable with.
Only if they're like Walking Dead zombies. If they're DayZ, you're dead.
What about 28 days later when they're like
Running and jumping.
infested with rage?
Yeah, you're fucked.
Yeah.
You're fucked.
I know.
So like that, honestly, if those happened, I would put a gun in my head and shoot myself. And I do it happily. I've lived a good life. I'm happy with. If I die tomorrow, I'll be okay. No one be sad for me.
What if you get to live as a zombie if you're bitten? Like you can.
Oh
remember
yeah,
that.
yeah, like
George A.
zombie
Romero
orgies.
stuff.
Yeah, just
Zombie orgies.
I mean, that's just fat. You're just walking around the city.
I mean, have you been to Portland?
Yeah, it's touche. The zombie apocalypse is live and real.
Portland and fucking Vancouver. God,
Yeah.
these places are different.
Vancouver. Well, they're right next to each other.
I know, but like,
Or
Canada. Because like, I remember the first time I went to Vancouver, everyone was like, I heard so many nice things. I was like, it was so nice. And maybe I was just in a bad spot. But I went and I was just like, there's like zombies everywhere. And I was like, maybe I just went to it because they just like decriminalized like everything at that point. And I think they backtracked because the time I went on after that was a little better. And then at pretty much every time I've been to Portland, it's just gotten worse and worse. The scene rules. Y'all cities suck, but they know that. They know that. I tell them on stage. They know.
I skateboarded in Vancouver. My buddy went to school there for a bit when I was like real young. But when I lived back home, it wasn't far from me, you know. So I definitely hung out. I went to a Warped Tour, not in Vancouver, in what's the one with the Stampede? Calgary.
Yeah.
Calgary. I went to Warped Tour 1 year there.
Calgary rules.
It was tight, but it was like a dust storm. I remember the next day just driving home feeling like I was gonna die. I was just like, couldn't breathe properly. It was rough. But that was also like 15. Didn't really care, I guess.
Yep. Well, Cal, next question.
All
I
right.
think I'm living. You said Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah. If it's going out of those three, and then you somehow made it into Harry Potter,
Yeah.
just because you've been nerding out on it lately.
I have been. I did. I totally did. Oh wait, before we get into this next question, Kyle, I saw something today and I wanted to bring it up on the podcast, and I hate that I forgot about it
Okay.
because it's been so long. How long are we into this episode?
2 hours and 3 minutes.
All right, we're not super long, but it's been going. All right. So they just passed a law in Mississippi. Well, no, not they proposed a bill. Let me rephrase that. They proposed a bill in Mississippi to make masturbation a crime.
Dude, you would not last back home.
Dude, I'd be $1 million in debt. And then, so yeah, Mississippi law, remember, go ahead, Kyle.
Contraception begins at erection act is what it's called. This
What
is
the fuck?
This cannot be real.
It is real, but it's not going to pass. I don't think it's going to go through.
That is also insane. Like Morning Woods, like, and other like random.
Well, I
boners,
came
like-
I came in my own bunk on tour.
Yeah, I'm
but
sure
by
you
sleeping.
did a bunch. Oh, you had like a wet dream.
Yeah, I had a wet dream. I literally, the vibrations and the blankets in my erection all came together to make a fucking trifecta of jizz. So,
Yeah, Mississippi State Senator Bradford Blackman, a Democrat, introduced a bill this week that would seemingly ban men from masturbation or engaging in other sexual acts when they have no intent to fertilize an embryo.
yeah, what a fucking...
That guy's so insecure with his fucking sexuality
I know,
and his
dude.
own being
Dude,
that he
it's
can't
crazy.
even imagine masturbating.
And it's crazy as a Democrat. It's usually the Republicans that are trying to take away shit
that's
like
like
that.
no, I know that's what I was gonna say too. But that's also like the words of a man who obviously suffered from like a porn addiction and was like, "No, if I can't jerk it, no one can." God
Yeah.
damn it.
Or yeah, his wife kept on walking in. He just
Yeah.
can't stop looking at porn.
Or traumatic, a moment in his childhood when he was trying to jerk it and his mom walked in.
I
And
felt
she's
like-
like, "God damn it!"
I felt
and
like
he's
I had
I
a-
agree. I'll ban it forever.
My whole life from this point forward is going to be working towards this.
This is a real thing in
Yeah, the-
Mississippi, man.
the bill
and that's where I'm
introduces-
from.
The bill introduces Monday would impose fines of $1,000 for a first offense, $5,000 for a second offense, and $10,000 for any subsequent offense. Meaning you have to get caught and then reported, and then go through a trial and be like, "Were you jacking off?"
I want to know
Yeah.
who's ratting.
Yeah, I was gonna say that the fucking people hiding in the attic
These
just to
fucking
jerk it.
snitches. Dude, your mom's snitching.
Yeah,
My mom.
It would
Never
be
mind.
like weird episodes of like my wife caught me and called the cops and I had to pay $1,000 for jerking it. But it also just sounds like it's almost like a protective law for people in the public to not like jerk it at the park too, you know?
Well, that's a given. You
Yeah.
just don't jerk it in the park.
Well, yeah,
You do it in your car at the park.
I totally agree, but the way that it's like worded, it's like if you get caught, you're like, dude, I only have to pay $1,000 for jerking it in the park now.
Sounds like he's setting up a blackmail scheme. Like he just gets his friend, some hot woman, to just jack some dude off, and then he's like, "Hey, we know about that.
Oh, it's just some like Epstein's Island shit, but in
I mean,
Mississippi.
You're gonna get that $1,000 fine unless you do this thing we want."
Epstein's Island in Mississippi.
Yeah, they start doing raids on the porno booths at fucking the store. Does Mississippi have porno stores?
Yeah.
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 You're allowed to jerk it.
Yeah, so far, man. I don't think it's going to pass, but I saw it the other day, and I thought this was really fucking funny, and I was like, I have to bring this up on the podcast.
It really concerns me for like the leaders of the country are like, this is what you're thinking about?
Yeah, man. Well, he said contraception starts with erections. Is that what it
Yeah,
said?
contraception starts with erection, Bill.
That's hilarious.
I do like the one guy that's just walking around rock hard all the time. It was like, look at it, my boner.
Not touching it. What's crazy is like in Mississippi, you can't get an abortion, and if this passes, then you can't jerk it. So like Mississippi's about to start another civil war, dude. The testosterone in the air, the fucking tension going on. Some dudes are about to be like armed for battle.
you ain't one of them hard boys, are you?
I've never been to Mississippi.
I have.
I know. I'm curious.
Honestly, Mississippi fucking rules. If I'm being honest,
Yeah.
Mississippi fucking rules. I learned today, Cat Williams has a fucking ranch out there.
He bought like a giant military base or some shit.
I'm Mississippi, man. So
Yeah.
Mississippi rules. Actually, look at I know my girl asked me like literally yesterday. She said, if we had to move tomorrow, where would you go? And I said, either Mississippi or New Orleans. She goes, I was surprised you said that. I was like, well, I'm on short-term notice. I kind of have to pack my shit and go, I can see myself in Arkansas. I love Arkansas. I love Georgia, too. Florida rules. Texas rules. Honestly, the entire South fucking rules, man.
I went to Nashville once, but that's about it.
Dude, the South
Just
fucking
flew in and flew out.
I was in Austin last week. We went to go stay there for a while. Went to kill Tony. Austin.
That episode came out already.
Nah, is it?
Yeah.
Fluffy?
I just watched it today.
Oh, wow. Oh,
I
yeah.
was like impressed because you guys were telling me about it, and then they made jokes about like the same shit you were saying. I was like, oh, definitely.
Yeah.
You didn't. You put your name in the bucket.
Yeah, I didn't get pulled.
Yeah.
And you know what, dude? The internet's full of shit because like I posted online. I was like, I signed up. Wish me luck. And this one guy hit me up. He was like, yo, I just hit up Red Band. Fucking thank me later when you get pulled. And I was like, oh, shit. I already thought I was going to get pulled because I have luck like that. I have, like, good luck. And I was like, I feel like just with my luck, I'm probably going to get pulled. And then that guy hit me up. I was like, oh, I'm definitely getting pulled.
No, that dude was gambling. He's like, this is my end.
Dude, two people said that. And I was like, dude, the internet's so full of shit.
Yeah.
That is funny because, like, I mean, even he pulls them and he says this one's coming from the inside.
Yep.
And usually it bombs because it's just like a person who's a fan of the show that figured they might as well sign up while they're here.
Oh, dude, I got a good minute, dude.
Oh yeah, I believe that.
I
I
ain't
believe
scared.
that.
My fucking stand count done. I'm trying
saw
not to
that.
ruin the episode.
No, you.
Kyle, let's get to another question.
You're currently ruining the episode.
Yeah, I'm gonna. You want me to run this one now?
Yes.
Yep.
Yo, what's up, boys? This is Dustin calling from Wisconsin, a.k.a. your boy Jesus Christ. And my question today for both of you guys is, what is your favorite gas station food? Now, let me paint the picture. Imagine you're getting done with the show. All your standard fast food restaurants are closed. It's like 4 a.m., 3:30 to 5:30, that weird little time where restaurants really aren't open anywhere and you're going to have to eat at a gas station.
Yeah.
Now, here in Wisconsin, we have Quick Trip. I know down south you guys have Buc-ee's. Casey's has good pizza. There's lots of kind of those upper mid-tier gas stations. But when you have to have gas station food, what are your guys' favorite go-to when you're in a pinch in a spot like that? All right, that's my question. All right, love you guys. Have a good one.
Yeah, great question, Dustin. And I want to give a shout out to my boy Jesus Christ, dude, because he's always spinning shit, dude. And he was spinning things on Instagram day one to day whatever till Pat McAfee noticed. He was spinning stuff until Pat McAfee noticed. He said, I'm spinning this until Pat McAfee, to get Pat McAfee's attention to where he can eat cheese with me at the draft, at the NFL draft, because it's in Wisconsin. So, like, he's Jesus Christ. He's the big cheese man. Every show he comes out to, he brings cheese. Good friend. He rules. But, like, dude, he fucking rules, dude. He came out to a couple shows on the Daisy Dukes and Cowboy Boots tour. Brought cheese to every one of them. But whenever we were in Milwaukee, motherfucker had the whole cheese. Dude, he had
charcuterie.
He had the cheese, boy. And he is my favorite person out there to see in the wild.
hilarious.
But yeah, he's going on the Pat McAfee. I don't know if he's going on the show, but he's about to eat cheese with Pat McAfee at the NFL draft. So shout out Dustin, dude. That's fucking awesome, brother. I was commenting on it, tagging Pat. I was like, I'm rooting for this guy. I hope it happens.
Let's go check it out. you and your fans. You guys, you don't know Jesus Christ. What the fuck are you talking about?
Let me give you the rundown real quick.
Let me go off.
What was his question? Oh yeah, late night gas station food.
Oh yeah. Are the rollers running?
Huh?
Like the rollers at like 7-Eleven? I don't feel like those are moving at like
Depends where you go. Sometimes they are.
at like 3 a.m.
Yeah. If it's like a truck stop, 7-Eleven, I don't know if those are a thing.
Yeah. Or I mean, there's truck stops, but if the roller, dude, honestly, the taquito game in the 7-Eleven world
Rules.
dude. They're bomb as fuck. And like I don't know why or what kind of drugs they put in them to like make me want them more, but they're definitely addictive. I worked at a place that like even just like helping. It was like a woodworking job that I had for a bit, and it was right next to a 7-Eleven. And every day I was like, dude, give me them rollers.
Yeah, dude, we used to live right next to a 7-Eleven, our old place here in Denver. And I didn't know anything about their egg rolls or rollers, but my old lady was like, yo, they're actually slap.
Dude.
And I was like, yo, these motherfuckers are actually good. But that's not my answer. I will say they're good, though.
I was back home, we had one gas station, and it was literally the 24-hour food option in my hometown. It was called Dairy Depot. It was a Chevron, but they always would cook burgers. So, like, even when we were partying and younger, like in our 20s, you could go to Dairy Depot after the bar closed and get some, like, where you'd buy, like, a fucking pizza pocket and a double cheeseburger, and you fucking put that pizza pocket in your double cheeseburger. And
Dude, isn't America the best?
we would do some shit where also the fryer was always down, so they had, like, the typical, can I get 2 corn dogs and a hamburger type of deal.
Hell yeah, dude. So,
And that was, like, Dairy Depot OG, the only spot in my hometown.
that's it right there. He's got it pulled up.
Yeah, dude.
That dude's wearing a construction hat, dude. He just got off work and he's ready to hit.
That's their Instagram.
Oh, that's Jesus. Never mind. Never mind. That's Jesus Christ spinning until Pat McAfee notices him, which he did notice, which kind of rules.
What post did he notice on?
You can scroll down and find it. It might be the one pinned at the top, actually.
It is funny that he has an identical Instagram page.
That ain't
as,
it. That is. Maybe is that Pat McAfee? Oh yeah, he froze it and then put it down. Yeah, Pat McAfee. Yeah, they're gonna eat some cheese together at the draft, which is fucking awesome, dude. He invited me. He's like, you should come to the draft, and I'm actually thinking about coming to the draft.
Dude, I've been watching Monday Night Raw every Monday.
I know you
now.
texted me the other night. You're like, dude, you're missing it. Oh, it's on Netflix now. Monday Night Raw.
Monday Night is,
Yeah.
and Pat McAfee is one of the announcers for that. And he's honestly pretty funny. Every once in a while, he'll like get into arguments with the with a wrestler or something.
Yeah, Pat McAfee rules, man.
Him
I'm a
and
big fan.
Dominic, Mysterio will get into fucking arguments.
I think like Pat McAfee and like John Gruden are like the best sports hire in the last decade.
Honestly, he was entertaining watching him play football, and he's very entertaining with his own show and bullshit.
Bro, he had a fucking NFL contract and left the contract to go start a show with his buddies.
Yeah.
And they were like, what the fuck
Thank
are you
you,
doing?
Kyle.
And then
I appreciate it.
and now he's getting like quarterback money
Yeah.
to do that shit. Anyway, so we had this place in New Orleans, and I know so many people that been to New Orleans, and they're like, dude, they'll vouch for it. Late night, you go to a gas station, they got Brothers Chicken.
Oh.
Bro, you go in there 3 a.m., they're like Bud's Broiler, Ben's Burger, Bud's Broilers, Ben Burgers, like late night New Orleans, brother.
Was it
But
gas station?
no, only Brothers Chicken is
Okay.
gas station. But like that late night, even dude, you go in there in the middle of the day, it's still good, brother. Like it
Yeah.
fucking holds up to anything. So like Brothers Chicken, dog.
Yeah.
In New Orleans, anybody, because it's the Super Bowl going on right now. This episode's coming out in 2 days, so it's still New Orleans still popping. Anybody who's watching this and is in New Orleans right now for the Super Bowl or Mardi Gras, dude, y'all gotta go to Brothers Chicken. They're all over the place in the gas stations. They fucking rip, dude. They rip.
I'm down.
You're down. You're,
I'm
like,
down.
you're like, we're going.
I'm down. We had one chicken shop in our. It wasn't even in my hometown. It was like a town over. Yeah, it was just called a chicken shop, and it was dope.
Hell yeah.
But that was where we would go to get chicken.
Best gas station food. I don't think you can get better. Obviously, Buc-ee's is like,
Buc-ee's I've only hit up a couple times because we recently got one here in Colorado.
yeah.
I was thoroughly impressed.
Bro, everything they got there is so good. We destroyed. Everybody racked up $100+ bill. Like on tour, we told our bus driver, anytime there's a Buc-ee's on our drive, you stop there. We don't care if we're asleep. You wake us up.
Yeah.
Bro, we would rack up everyone $100+ bills, just like food for the week. And dude, we were eating so good.
Yeah, dude, those Philly,
I'm wearing a Buc-ee's. I literally got. I'm wearing a Buc-ee's hoodie right now.
dude, those Philly cheesesteak burritos
are the best thing ever.
Fuck.
They're the best thing there.
I was impressed. Where I was like, all right, they won me over. I didn't even go for the pulled pork like everyone was saying.
Everything's good, but my
Yeah.
favorite thing is what you just said.
Yeah.
Those Philly cheesesteak burritos, I think, are the best
It
thing.
was funny because we went to a friend and I went to a concert. Have you been to Mishawaka yet?
No, but we're gonna do a show there.
I was gonna say you should definitely, because that's a fucking rad location. It's a ways out there, but it's fun as fuck, and you get to pass by Buc-ee's. But we went by there at like 1 o'clock in the afternoon on like a Friday, and the place was like packed, fucking shoulder to shoulder. And my friend and I both were like, dude, we're just having an anxiety attack at this point. So we came back on the way back, and it was at like 1, 2 in the morning. I was like, okay, this is legit.
We hit that one in Auburn, Alabama, like 2 or 3 times on the tour, just because it's like somehow we just kept on going through Auburn.
Yeah,
the place rules. Buc-ee's is the best.
Buc-ee's crushes. But that's only if you're lucky enough.
Right. There's not a lot of them. It's just
Yeah.
like in the South and then like Colorado.
Yeah. Basically the only thing that's in my neck of the woods in 24 hours is 7-Eleven.
Amen, dude. Still goes hard.
Also Taco Bell's open till like 3 now, so
Let's
maybe
go.
2.
Some of them are gas stations, man.
Yeah.
We had a Taco Bell in a gas station. We had a Little Caesars in a gas station, but I'm still going Brothers
Dude, hot
Chicken
and
and
ready,
Yuckies
there's
and
not a
Buc-ee's.
better deal.
Hot and ready, dude. Just like your mother. All right. Stupid. Wasn't even funny.
Hot and ready.
This is the best
They
I
are
can do.
they are for $5. That's a pretty killer.
I don't
deal.
think they're $5 anymore,
Oh,
dude.
shit.
Inflation, dude. You knew inflation was a thing when it hit Waffle House and Little Caesars. So,
Waffle House just upped their egg price.
dude,
There's a surcharge.
I literally just got a Costco membership because I went to my King Supers right down the street, and they were $9 for a carton of eggs. And I said, so I got a Costco membership, and now Costco kind of rules. I got my first hot dog there. It's been a lifelong goal of mine.
Yeah.
I got it.
I've had one of those, but also, I think King Supers employees are going on strike in the next couple days.
Yeah, I know they pay their employees really good at Costco. You heard that? They're going on strike?
I heard, yeah. Well, King Supers is.
King Supers?
Yeah, their employees are going on strike, so don't go there. You'll be shamed. They just like stand outside and be like, "You're a piece of shit."
I'm like, I know.
Well,
you're like, tell me something I don't know.
You got Costco now, so.
Yeah, Costco rules.
Yeah, well, guys, Costco, just up their minimum wage to like $30 an hour.
Yeah, dude, me and my girl, we've got a hot dog, a soda, and a slice of pizza, big slice of pizza, less than $4.
Dude, the chicken bake, next time you're there, check it out.
That shit rules?
Fuck yeah.
All right, so it was all that stuff less than $4, and I was
Yeah.
like, yeah, okay, this place is lit.
Yeah, it does. It feels like the deli or the whatever you call it there, the food court feels like a county fair.
It rules.
Where you're like, oh, can I get the biggest soda in the world and a fucking foot long hot dog?
Yeah, I'm
if
a fan.
you got corn dogs, I'll take them.
The hot and ready pizza did increase in price.
Oh
It
my
went from
God.
$5 to $5.55.
I'll take it.
Whoa, that's
I'll
not
take
bad.
it. Yeah, I'll take
That's
it.
not, I mean, I'm not argue that.
Yeah,
Like it would
I
be
like the
different
number.
if it was like $8,
Yeah.
$9.
that's
hot
good.
and ready.
Well, dude, this has been awesome.
Yeah, dude, it's been an honor. I'm stoked to be here.
Yeah, no, I've wanted to have you on for a long time, and we talked about it, but I'm glad we were able to do it, brother.
Yeah, if you're in the Denver area and want some verbal violence in your life, every Friday at the Denver Comedy Underground, go to the website for tickets or punch up live at roastbattle.com.
I was about to ask if there's anything you need to tell the people before you get out of here, but I'm going to go ahead and just fucking like double down on that, dude. Y'all, if you're in the Denver area and you want to laugh your ass off to like just some raw fucking comedy, there's not a better place than Roast Battle. It is the most fucking fun place you can go. You will have such a great time and you'll leave feeling good.
Come get encouraged. Come pick a crowd favorite. Come fucking root for the underdog.
Yeah.
Come watch some verbal violence. It's always a good time.
I will
love it.
say too, when I started going, you don't know any of the comics or a lot of the comics, you don't know them, but then the third or fourth time you go, you're like, oh fuck, this is one of my favorite.
Yeah.
You start rooting for them and shit, and then you become part of it. It feels a lot more fun if you third, fourth time around, you're like, oh shit, now I'm in it.
Yeah,
So.
for sure. Spaghetti Jake has his own fucking intro music. He's got his own fucking fans. There's people that come for those kids too.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. Well, Austin, is there anything you want to tell the people other than that?
Yeah, Roast Battle Denver at Instagram. On the YouTube at Slaughterhouse Studios, you can watch full shows there and what we released to the Roast Battle League. Mine is Mayor of Circle K. Give me a follow. Come watch some fucking comedy.
It's the most wook name for a non-wook.
Mayor of Circle K.
Yeah.
That's I mean, that's the main gas station that I go to. Literally, my bio isn't even anything to do with comedy. It just says, check out the discount snack rack and our exclusive Mountain Dew Purple Thunder.
You need to change your fucking bio, dude. You need to market yourself a little bit more.
And then the mayor of Circle K. Execute. No.
Okay. I love it. Well,
Yeah.
Austin,
Yeah.
I love you, buddy. Thank you for being here. This is
Okay.
awesome.
Appreciate you.
Kyle, I appreciate you, buddy.
Appreciate you, bud.
And I appreciate everybody listening to this week's episode of Talks with Taboo. See y'all next week. Peace. That was awesome.